The Pat McAfee Show.
There will be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. It is the final day of the week for us going into another off week. I want to let you know morale is high, but today's show is going to be good. Joining us fresh off of Jump Street here, as opposed to joining us in the second hour. Not only do we have the Hammer Dahn boys in studio, great to see you guys. At Boston Connors here, Nick Moraldo of That's Hockey Talk, and the pod is in the room. Then the boys in the back. Nick is normally cutting, clipping, tweeting videos from the show in the back while the show is live, hosting That's Hockey Talk and a lot of other things on the internet, mostly bringing just absolute optimism all the time to every microphone you step in front of. So I appreciate that for the next 3 hours out of you today, Nick.
Thank you. It's magnificent to be here. It's a little bit brighter out here. It's very dark back there.
Yeah, well, when the lights come on, you know, stars come out. Speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ, what's going on over there, pal, in your bear shirt with your Hawk name?
What's happening, pal? Good to be with you here right off the jump.
I'm pumped you're here. I want to let you know. Because I want to let everybody know, we're going to be off tomorrow and then next week. And there's something massive happening this weekend for, you know, old Mad Mel and Jason Glazer and everything like that. But I'm like super pumped. I'm going to miss you guys, man. Yeah. I want to let everybody know. I'm going to miss this for the next couple of days. There's going to be pictures, all right? You guys are going to see pictures of me probably obliterated. if I had to guess, all right? You're going to see me rather cloudy. The altitudes are going to be high numbered, you know, there's going to be pictures of me, but know that I do miss what we're doing. I enjoy the hell out of this. AJ, I'm happy you joined for the first hour as well. I'm trying to get as much as I can before I have an absolute blast alongside my wife and everybody else as we go out there. Let's make today's show good.
Let's go, boys!
Here we go. Maybe this show's so good we just, never come back on the other side.
Well, no, that's no fun.
Let's go! One more year!
I was kind of getting ahead of myself there.
You're already there?
I would at least like to do another football season or 10.
Hell yeah.
Football season, man. It's 70 what?
77 days, baby. 11 weeks.
77 days until kickoff. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys. And speaking of that game, the NFL posted on their Instagram, they posted, which offense are you taking on kickoff night? And it was the Buccaneers offense, and then it was Cowboys offense. It was 2 swipes or whatever. And I am not a go-around on Instagram commenter, although I do appreciate the people that do that's work. It's not my thing. I commented under there, and I said, the one that won the Super Bowl. That was the only thing I wrote. It was a very simple one. That got over like 12,000 likes on there. Maybe I should start becoming a little Instagram commenter.
Yeah.
I see people be doing it. They be fishing for, things in there, so they go comment. But is that a part of it, I guess? Is that the other part of Instagram that I don't understand, AJ? You're an Instagram influencer.
Yeah, you should ask me. So you're telling me your comment got 12,000 likes?
More likes than most of my posts do. Yeah. It's fucking,
I didn't know.
It was awesome.
I didn't know that you could like comments, I guess.
See,
I guess I did.
That's
I
our
would never think
problem,
to do
AJ.
it.
I think we're going to sound like stooges here because we don't do the Instagram. Okay, I don't do the Instagram. I should do it more. I've been trying to get into it. WWE has these incredible photographers. They have these they make me look like a potential Instagram model. I've never been able to figure out Instagram. It is not something. I mean, it got to me a little bit there for a bit. I was like, I stink on here. I think like because there's some people that crush on there, and I'm like, okay, that's good Instagram though.
The Rock.
The Rock crushes
They
on
push
there.
his stuff though.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
then you hear about the algorithms
Yeah.
and that. Are you even putting effort in for any reason? And are they going to pick and choose? And for me, I think that's what a lot of people that probably don't do good say is that. So I don't want to resort to that. What I would like to resort to though is I haven't figured it out, and I'm on Twitter so much it is hard for me. I went to TikTok. It's Mitt's face. You know what I mean? I was
Done with that.
I couldn't work it into my rotation. Instagram, I'll go over there. I'll try to post. I'll try to do. I think I got to start getting into the commenting game over there.
Yeah.
I think that's what you got to do. Diggs, you're an Instagram guy. You like it over there.
I'm not good at it either.
Yeah, but I think
I did notice, like, if I comment on one of your posts, like, people notice you. Like, my posts don't do anything. But I think the issue is, like, on Instagram, you got to have a niche.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be fit, or you got to be one of those guys who does pranks and nobody likes, or you got to dump your boobs out, or
you got to be.
Who are the prank people?
I don't know. I saw a video of a guy the other
Big
day,
trick.
and he was walking around with a box at a store and putting on people's heads, and then trying not to get his ass beat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was real?
Yeah, puts
Yeah.
a box on his own head, too.
Has he not seen these videos? People are not in the mood
No.
for the games at this point. And I feel like everybody after quarantine, maybe coming out of quarantine, feels as if they maybe have a little bit better fight game too. Because I assume there was some shadow boxing stuff.
Everybody
that
was in the
happened.
Oculus.
Maybe the Oculus, but at the house, you know what I mean? When you're trying to just get a little energy out because you're not allowed to leave your house or whatever, maybe just do a couple of these. You think we got a bunch? Do we have a much better hand-to-hand combat country coming out of quarantine? Or is it just the videos we're seeing are our elite strikers just happenstancing with other doofuses with weak jaws?
Yeah, I think the best of the best from each city are going to these games.
They're
and
being represented right
They're
now.
putting it on. They're saying, like, okay, if people want to go to these stadiums and talk shit, I will show up and I'll show out and let everyone know, it takes one of these and I'll see you tomorrow.
I could not fathom, AJ, I don't know how you did it with all your kids, but if me, Jay, my mom and dad were locked into the house that we grew up in, okay? This is a tiny space.
Yeah, we would have been on top of each other the entire time. That would not have worked.
This is a tiny room. There's only one real room, and it was the living room one. Had one TV, obviously, in there. Tim McAfee would have controlled it. It would have been a gloom and doom quarantine with what he would have been picking to put on
A lot of
television.
Mikamoto auction.
Mikamoto auction would have started
No,
earlier.
it would have been
he-
like westerns and military movies.
Bingo. So those military movies, though, would have been run so much in westerns. We would have been fighting in that living room every single day. I think our family potentially comes out of quarantine if we survived. And that is a big if we survived in that house. I don't know how families did it all across. I think we would have come out iron sharpened iron on the other side, too. I think there's a chance our family, there's probably a lot of that, though. Brothers.
Battle tested, you think?
Oh.
Anyone that's on top of each other and has multiple siblings, that they all just come out like hardened, like combat veterans after 18 months?
You hear about like the Gronk family. They're like, oh, we started wrestling and blah, blah, blah. Could you imagine being locked in your house with brothers that were around? The wrestling would happen. Like that's just something that naturally happens, by the way. And after 14 months don't you kind of become good at it? I think
Maybe.
You don't get worse. 10,000 hour
Yeah,
rule.
one of the two is getting
Somebody
good.
is.
Yeah.
I wonder if we came out like obviously.
No, I think you mentioned earlier, did Connor say like the best of the best are going around these stadiums like, hey, volunteering their services because they know people have been cooped up. Like people that don't know how to fight are going to be talking trash to all kinds of people. So these guys that know what they're doing are going to come in and try to get their little, I would say more than 15 minutes of fame.
Wow, they deserve it, by the way. If you knock somebody out on the internet, that content is going to be good. I don't care if you're in the crowd or in the ring or on a court or on a field. You knock somebody out, that's good internet. Come on and enjoy your life out here, especially sell some merch. What's that, Connor?
I mean, you got to assume the guy from the Padres game who clean one punch kind of kicked off this whole thing, and people saw that and they're like, oh, okay, if this guy's
By the way,
one shot and I can do it too.
By the way, clean, walk up, far walk, pal.
What's up?
In real life.
How we doing?
Not a
And now
movie.
they're-
Not a movie.
Are they going to fight, you think Sons and Four guys going to fight Padres guy on Triller?
Well, then you got to remember about the, what's that other place? There was another game where there was a devastating shot.
I mean, you guys compiled it pretty well, I think, when we go to break sometimes of all the fights.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet symphony as you're locked in your house and go outside and fight. That's what they do, yeah. It's like you get out of your house finally and then you get knocked out. It's a little bittersweet.
Wait till football season.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Hey, some of these stadiums, and I don't know what the NFL is saying, You know, I know the Phoenix Suns had to come out and say, we ain't about this, okay? This is not what we don't want to be inciting violence at our games or whatever. It's like, hey, listen, if somebody asks for it and they come into your house and they get beat up, that's not on you. They had to cover their ass. Obviously, the Phoenix Suns had to say, yeah, Devin Booker gave him tickets, and seems like he is a little bit of a celebrity. But we don't promote these types of actions. We don't want to start be courteous, be the best. We are the Valley or whatever the hell they got going on. By the way, they might be. Chris Paul's coming back tonight, and they might just go ahead and go on a run. Then Trae Young, Devin Booker. That's a pretty cool future final that seems to be happening in that whole world. But the NFL has to get you think they're going to get ahead of this? Because there's always a message in every stadium, and normally it's like the home coach, football coach, or a player that is revered or something like that, and they pop up on it, and it's before you're on TV. The whole stadium is not filled. It's like, let's say the doors are open, it's a 15, 25, maybe even 30% capacity, and somebody pops up on the screen and goes, "Hey, Chiefs Nation." Okay? This is the best atmosphere in the NFL, and we are proud of it. But today, let's remember that we are also a fan base with great sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And we don't spit or yell or fight on others, so we can have a great game day for everybody, all ages. Go, whatever the Chiefs. Yeah, that's not their, that was me. That was not an actual Chiefs one. I'm just telling you, I have seen so many of these because when the punters and kickers are warming up, that is when those are running or whatever. The NFL has always tried to get ahead of it, but I wonder after that first weekend, maybe up in the nosebleeds in some different cities that have some people that are okay and about it protecting themselves with other drunks that are potentially going in there. I wonder how that'll get handled if the NFL faces the same shit that's going on everywhere else.
I would imagine the NFL is hoping that they get lucky and that something like this doesn't happen, because there's going to be people walking around looking for this all over.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's happening.
What do we? It happened before the quarantine.
The only thing you can hope to do, though, is that people don't get it on film. Like, they don't catch like, a nice.
It's going to get
Need it on film.
Hey, let's just stare down the barrel of reality, okay? There is going to be somebody getting their jaw moved at an NFL stadium, probably opening preseason weekend.
Oh, yeah.
If we had to guess. Maybe not. Probably regular season when there's actual passion and everything like that. But there are some stadiums that their fan bases enjoy. Like, hey, they won't come running their mouth in. Not in this city. Hey, not in this city. That's right. There's some places that are like that, and they don't get talked about enough.
Not at all. And that's why the NFL needs to come out and say, hey, look, if you're, an Eagles fan and, some Cowboys fans are getting in your face in your home stadium, you can't do anything. Or on the opposite side, you tell people, hey, if you're not a fan of the home team, don't be going to games that you're not, fans
Don't talk no shit. There won't be no shit, I think is kind of how this whole
You're
thing.
not supposed to be a victim blamer in society, right?
Never.
But we talked about people being the best, sharpening their skills in quarantine. I think a lot of people sat at home and forgot there are consequences for saying things on the internet. And when you get into real life, you're going to get socked in the mouth.
There's a guy last night who was very lucky there wasn't a blowout at that Padres-Dodgers game. The Padres guy just full-on finger in this Dodgers fan's face after they won the game.
Oh, really? So we had another one.
No, the guy just took it. Like, nothing happened. I was like,
okay,
oh,
so now
man.
how do we feel? So I don't want to be a bad guy there, but hey, pal, you just got run on TV.
Who knows what that guy did in the parking lot? I think we should check on the dude who flipped off the other guy.
Maybe everybody should be a little bit more courteous to each other, and this wouldn't be a problem.
Sure.
I think, and I might be wrong, and maybe there are headhunters that are paying $150 to go watch a sport team and act as if they're a massive fan, wear the uniform and everything. And maybe there's people that are going into these places and just looking to knock somebody out, okay? There is humans in society that exist, I guess, that just like punching random people, fighting random people, whatever. But if somebody is drunk and that invested and chooses to go let their passion and everything take over, and they are in not friendly territory, like there's a chance that person's going to get punched forever, by the way. That's not just in sports, that's in life as well. I don't know how they'll figure that whole thing out, but
There's
NFL
consequences. There's some people just don't think about consequences. They think they can just do whatever they want. I think these videos getting out, you guys compile them, Foxy doing a great job putting it to music. It may remind some people that may be teetering on the edge. Like, hey, am I thinking about being an idiot or not? Oh, I got to remember. I was watching Pat's show. I saw the clip of 15 dudes getting knocked out with one punch.
Don't do so. Listen, I like to get drunk. I like to have a good time. When I get drunk, sometimes I'll say some things to people that I don't mean. Probably shouldn't do that anymore. People are getting knocked the fuck out for that. I'll go try it one time. Let's go see what it is. Fuck you, bang. Yeah. What if that was that guy? What if that guy that was in one of these punches, the Nuggets guy, what if the Nuggets guy's friends, okay, those two guys, you guys can't do this, okay? You saw what happened with the Padres thing. You can't do this. You guys get drunk. You start talking shit. You start doing your own thing. They're like, no, we won't do that or whatever. Go bang, embarrassing. Now they're trying to flip the whole thing, but that is something you got to kind of check yourself before you literally get wrecked yourself by somebody else at a game whenever you're potentially walking back into a society. Not just game, by the way, anywhere.
Well, and that's the thing about the Padres guy who got knocked out. That was kind of an elder white. So these people, who see the, who don't hear this rather, who are a little older, they might still think, hey, I still got the juice. I got nothing to worry about. I'm an older guy.
Hey,
No one's going to hit me.
If that guy was an older, drunk shit talker at a sports game, I'd assume he is a fan of the show. Hey, we apologize. Hey, we apologize for what happened to your face, dude.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
From what we heard, you fucking
pal.
deserved it, all right? You just got to, maybe pipe down next time.
And respect for not pressing charges because clearly, you knew that you deserved it.
Yeah, legit said, no, I'm not doing it. There's a couple things we have to address here before we get to our first break. We got Scoot Scotty Miller joining us today. Woo! Can't wait to chat with him. We got another $25,000 and...
Do we have an answer?
Well, yeah.
Hold
Need
on.
the specifics.
I have to read the specifics.
Sure. Get this right.
Yeah, I have to get this right. So today, the potential final day of hashtag PMS 100K giveaway week. Today's day 4, which we have already given away $75,000. We will give away another $25,000 today, which will lead to what? $100,000 given away in the last 4 days. On the first day, we didn't just give away 25 grand. We also gave away a golf cart.
Hell yeah.
On the second day, we didn't just give away 25K. We gave away 2 TVs. On the third day, we didn't just give away 25K. We also gave away $2,000 golf sets.
Hell yeah.
In today, we'll give away $25,000 and a John Deere Z375R 54-inch 25 horsepower gas dual hydrostatic Z-turn riding mower.
It's a deer,
You go all the way up. You take the right hand back. Guess where you're going? You're going. You're spinning. We're turning. We're moving. We're ripping up the grass. If we're moving too fast, then we stop. We rabbit. We cut down the field. Then we stop. Let me get a little bit.
I'm a dude.
Yeah, we're giving away Z-turn today. Now, hey, this is not a. This is strictly for Ty Schmidt.
That's
okay? Ty Schmidt is not in the studio or the office because this weekend he's, he's doing it.
Let's go.
He's doing it. He's getting married. Incredible wedding ceremony around the corner. He's making the best decision of his life to get married here. And we figured to honor Ty Schmidt, we'll give away something that he's going to be pissed that he does not have. That is something that
he wants.
Could have been a great wedding gift. Now that I thought about this, saying maybe one of you guys should think about that.
The perfect wedding gift, I feel like, for Ty.
You might actually ruin his weekend.
That we're giving it away to somebody else. I see, as I was speaking there, and we didn't think this out, I was like, this is an honor to Ty. Then as I continued to talk about it, I was like, Ty's going to be pretty pissed that he has
Yeah, he's going to want this.
Hey, Ty, you can win. Ty can win.
True.
Here we go. This easy as this. Tweet the hashtag PMS100K giveaway week day 4 and predict accurately the percentage of made 3-point shots by this office, everybody in this office this morning, including Drunk Luke, who we met last night at the Further Brand event, who flew in from Pennsylvania all by himself. Didn't have a flight till the afternoon, stopped by, said hello, got to meet him. He was including him, including Tim McAfee, Billy Tube, Zito, everybody in here shot from each of the three-point shooting contests. 5 shots altogether, 1 from the corner, 1 from the wing, 1 from the top wing, and then in the corner. These are NBA threes. And this all happened, by the way, before anybody did any warm-ups or anything. This is walk into the room.
Like that would matter.
It would.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Well, you never shot a basketball.
Okay, so 5 shots for everybody.
Jordan really had to warm up, didn't he?
Yeah, he
The extensive warm-ups.
They
had shoot-arounds.
He played every fucking day. What do we?
Yeah, he had his full uniform on, smoking cigars in the locker room. That's how he warmed up.
Are you talking about the guy who plays basketball every day? How are you comparing us to a guy? He was literally filming Space Jam. They had to build a basketball.
I hold you guys to a high standard. Sorry, I won't do that. I will think a lot.
Okay, I want to let you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. You're trying to make me feel bad for whatever you just did there. If you don't judge me against Michael Jordan while basketball happens, that would be fantastic. I think we would all appreciate that. Life would be better. But 5 shots for everybody in here. How many shots in total was it?
55, correct?
55 shots. What was the percentage of made shots? If you get that right, you will win $25,000 or a John Deere tractor if you get your answer in before everybody else who also has the right answer. Now, the percentage has to go to the 10th. Okay, so for those that are listening that maybe went to the high school that me, Nick, and Diggs went to, that is 10.1 number or 25.4. Okay, that's to the 10th degree. No,
First number after the decimal.
Bingo. There it is. That guy went to school a long time and to our school. I shout out him.
Thank you, Nick.
But hashtag PMS 100K giveaway weekday 4. What was the percentage of made shots from those 5 spots? We obviously recorded it. It is a hell of a performance. AJ, what's your thoughts?
11.3%.
Okay, did you tweet it?
Nope. Billy, throw that thing up for me.
A little bit negative by you. All right, let's. Good luck to everybody.
I thought I was being generous with that.
Okay, good luck to everybody.
Threes are tough, man.
NBA threes are far too. I mean, they are a far, far away. Especially when you do 140 hammer curls, maybe. You know what I mean? It is. I can't. This morning, I couldn't really even get up off of bed with my arms. It's tough. They are sitting at this angle right here, but it's a lot better to have this issue, with my arms after pumping out 140 curls than to actually be dead, okay? And yesterday, I got a chance to experience what it's like to be a dead guy, okay? And I know that sounds terrible and weird, but it's the actual truth. And to tell this story, I have to go back and briefly tell another one. So when Chuck Pagano and Ryan Grigson were going into the last year of their contracts, it was a thought around, I think, all of football, all of media, and everything that it was either going to be Chuck or Grigson. Okay, it was either going to be Chuck or Grigson. Jim Irsay was only going to decide on one. We obviously have that punt play, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So everybody buries Griff Whalen. Griff Whalen is the worst player of all time. Why'd he snap it? Colt Anderson, that punt play against Patriots, boom, boom, boom. Griff Whalen, this guy at this point had been cut like 11, 12 times from our team. I mean, it was, this guy, consummate, for me, special teamer, he was everything. Like this guy, he was the holder, I think, at one point. He's a guy who caught an onside kick. He was just that, guy who was always going to show up. So I go on Bob and Tom a couple days later, and Griff Whalen was trending, and he was getting, and nobody was sticking up for Griff. And like, hey, this wasn't Griff's fault. Griff just it was a miscommunication. He was told something differently than what Colt Anderson was told. This is football. That's going to happen. You know what I mean? Nobody was sticking up for him. This guy was just getting ruined, and Griff could never say anything. Griff could never say anything about, because Griff could get cut immediately afterwards. So I go on Bob and Tom and I go, what had happened was, and I actually explained how the whole thing happened, right? And it was just literal miscommunication. One person thought one thing, one person thought another thing. One person who was in a pretty pivotal role got sick day of, was not in there. I mean, it was just, there was a lot of things that happened. So Golick, I think on that point, it was Golick. I don't know. I don't know if it was Mike and Mike, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was the Golic.
I think so.
Mike and Mike.
Mike and Mike or Golic and Wingo. It was one of them. By the way, I've since met him. Good guy. Become a fan. But at the time, I never met him at the point. He went on. He said something about how like the punter should never speak about anything, and I think he was trying to protect Chuck Pagano because it could look bad for Chuck that there was so much miscommunication, especially against the New England Patriots and everything like that. So I heard that, and I was like, man, I was sticking up for my teammate. Yeah. I was like there is a lot of things here. I've never met you before. So during that time, I was giving away tickets to games the night before on Twitter, and I would have everybody use a hashtag to enter, and it would be an ungoogleable question, much like we're doing this week, something that you can't just look up and find, like what's my mother's favorite dessert, Ooh. And Pat's mom's fave would trend like internationally. It was just something because Colts fans wanted 2 tickets to the game. It was very cool. I'd start getting people answering these in Spanish and Portuguese and everything. I'm like, okay, so it's gone big, you know what I mean? Back then they changed the way you could trend everything. So that couple days later, after he said, like, why is the punter speaking or anything like that, I was going to make the hashtag rest in peace Golic. Okay, R.I.P. Yes. Golic. And my question was going to be something about, I was going to tie it to football, and I was going to give away like 6 tickets that week. I was like, all right, so this is going to be one. I'm going to give away like 6, maybe a sweetie. I forget where. I was thinking like, I'm going to go big, and the hashtag was going to be R.I.P. Golic. Okay, it was going to be 4 to 5 days later, and he was going to have to come out and say he wasn't dead because a punter basically started so like for me, that is immediately how I think. I just want for people, you just got a chance to see how I operate there. That was as soon as it happened, I was like, and I think Vinny was even like, ooh, the punter, huh? Yeah. Like I think Vinny was even, like this whole thing. Anyways, as I was coming up with the idea, I was sharing it with too many people because I was so excited for it. I was so excited for it. It got all the way up to Conti. No. Okay, Conti, the PR guy. All right, and Conti at that point was not the head PR guy. He was mediary PR guy, and he was the balance between the horseshoe and me normally whenever things had to happen or whatever. So he heard about it, and he comes up to me. He goes, "I love it. Hey." This is one of those things. Brilliant. Absolutely. But what about his family? What about people that maybe he doesn't know or anything like that? I'm like, hey, fuck you. I don't need like some reality here.
Yeah,
okay?
Shut up. What a great PR guy doing his job right there.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, what about his family and everything like that? And he this was on Friday. He dropped that on me. So I think he had heard whispers because we all like Conti. So I think what I was going to do was potentially being chatted about in other circles in like, hey, this fucking guy.
Can't wait.
He's the night before we got a game, this guy's going to make one of the biggest talk show sports hosts ever come out and say, I'm not dead, I'm alive or whatever. I end up not doing it, right, because Conti was right. I didn't want it to be serious. I wanted that just to strictly be between me and him. And
good guy.
I think like he would have, thank you. I am a hero, had a great idea. It would have done really well. It would have been legendary. It would have been great. Somebody would have won a great suite, probably 6 tickets, the whole thing. But I didn't think about the negative thing, which is, by the way, something that can happen with me every once in a while in most situations. So fast forward to tomorrow or yesterday, and I had to put out, I am not dead, because R.I.P. McAfee was trending yesterday, okay? And when the announcement was made about John McAfee, there was a notification that just said, McAfee's dead. Jeez. Okay, and I appreciate the people who, when they hear that name, they think of me, because for a long time I've had to answer a lot of questions for old John McAfee, virus scan guy. I don't know him, I'm not related to him, but with how much I am asked about him, I have followed his life pretty tightly. And I'll tell you, what a fucking wild run that guy had. He was leading a gang at one point. He was going to cut off his penis. He had some cryptology operations going on. He's saying he's being hunted by the CIA and everything. He
lays under hammocks.
Loves hammocks.
Okay.
We remember.
Come on,
we remember, AJ.
All right, so allegedly,
we got to paint the whole picture. You don't want to just give a half truth and half version of this guy.
Anyways, the guy got pooped on. He loved Cleveland Steamers. That is just par for the course for this guy, though. By the way, I think he maybe killed somebody at some point. Nobody even knows. I mean, it's just he's been on a run. He made hundreds of millions of dollars with the virus scan that was on every computer or whatever. So I followed along. So yesterday, R.I.P. McAfee's trending. I'm getting text messages from people who maybe aren't that like dialed in, but have a kid who's maybe on the thing trending. R.I.P. McAfee. Let's tell Dad. Hey, you okay? I got a couple of those yesterday. I saw a couple of tweets, people being like, man, Pat was just getting started too. Like, I was like, God damn, I got a chance to experience like a memorial for myself. What I don't think happens though is there were some people that seemed to be a bit happy, that it was maybe my time was done on this earth. So I did keep track of who I think those were from. Okay, that will not go forgotten, but I am happy not to be dead. But goddamn, R.I.P. McAfee trending, I believe, is the karma coming back for the Golic thing that I was going to do that I never actually executed because of Conti's incredible PR. But yeah, yesterday was a long day telling people I wasn't dead. I mean, I had a good time. I was at my wife's event. It was a blast, but that was a wild way for them to roll out the information. McAfee's dead, and then R.I.P. McAfee's trending. I'm like, God damn, maybe I am. What are we doing?
Silver lining, you know who to invite to your funeral now. You know, now you know exactly who's, who to invite versus the people who you thought might have been friends.
I saw a couple good,
tributes.
Hey, a couple good,
touching, heartwarming
descriptors.
stuff.
I was like, maybe I do keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
All pub is good pub, right, man?
No, listen.
That's not true.
This particular pub's not good pub. I didn't.
But if someone legit wrote like an obituary for you after seeing that, and it was super nice and awesome and talking about how great you are, I would have to question that person's intelligence a bit because they could have clicked one more time and realized it wasn't you.
Oh, whoa, yeah, but there was too focused on the tribute, dude. Yeah. This is just a tribute.
Exactly.
They said.
So like the second you hear someone's dead, you instantly just start writing it out. Oh, you start crying, writing like a letter.
How quick did Bill Belichick have that letter out when Tom Brady was left the New England Patriots?
Boom.
Immediately.
Yeah, right away.
Hey, I'm probably on some death polls with people, but what I'm saying is the fact that John McAfee did pass away, who is a legend, maybe, by the way.
We'll see.
He's been putting out tweets that he's saying, somebody told me that they will have me, or they will kill myself or something like that, he said. Which, by the way, great line. A lot of people are making fun of him, but it was a great line. Then he got tattooed on him, whacked with a dollar sign. He just put out a tweet a little bit ago, within the last year. If I die, I'm good. The food is good. I am living well. This is not me. So I think he potentially thinks somebody was going to come kill him. But also, John McAfee, if you have followed his story through this entire thing, which I have, by the way, because I've been, ipso facto connected to him with everything he has done. I've gotten tweets my entire life asking if I was related to person who insert headline here, of what this guy
Kindred spirits
has done. I don't know about that, but we do share a last name. He's probably from County Cork in Ireland, if I had to guess, which that place does hammer beers, and they do create maybe a guy who created the greatest virus scanner thing of all time that the world needed. And then that created a human who went on to live a wild life. And so much so that him saying, I would never kill myself, and then killing himself to cause the uproar that it would cause is something like Andy Kaufman, like that John McAfee would do. It is just, it feels like that feels like that's something that's potentially in the John McAfee vein. As somebody who has only really, watched his doc, seen basically everything, that just feels like a potential John McAfee move.
I could be wrong, but I seem to notice that you left out his latest Instagram post.
What was his latest Instagram post?
Oh, man.
It was just a certain letter.
No.
Like that you would put a song on your Spotify list so it comes up next.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
LMNOP.
Oh.
Boom. Right there. Right there. That's it.
So he's saying he was?
He's saying there's something going on.
I think that's a bad signal. I think that's a bad signal. Like, hey.
That's like when the NBA has something, we put up the Sham sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he did?
Yeah, hey,
he's calling for that.
Check into this desk.
Is it him? Is it someone in his camp? Is it,
Wait, is he saying
McAfee?
he posted from jail?
Well, you'd
That's
have to be
the question.
posthumous, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so it went up after he was announced dead?
Yeah, and he's following people on Twitter too.
So this is his team running it, which was tweeting for him while he was in jail, I assume, unless he was keistering, which John McAfee, once again, would do. He would keister if he had to.
Pay off a couple people.
Yeah, bingo. He'd work.
So this is going to continue. Yeah, this is, wow, okay.
Yeah, this, by the way, also, whenever you say he's dead and there's that is another John McAfee. I think that is something John McAfee has proven he would do. The guy moved to Belize.
Yeah, it was Belize.
And created his own gang. They
Yeah.
rode around with machine guns all day, every day in a pub. Had a couple wives, I think, down there. Created an entire thing. Had scientists create stuff. I mean, he is a madman, this guy.
There are people in Belize who wanted to kill him, and then he was like, "Whoa! How about this? How about I pay you and you kill people for me?"
Yeah.
and then that's what happened.
And by the way, that's what he's pretty much done with everything.
And he lived like a king.
A king, yeah. I guess he did.
Yeah.
I guess. But he's the Andy Kaufman of computer business, though. Like in crypto.
What was he like? Hey, what was he like before he hit it big and had all this money? Was he like a buttoned up dork?
No, I think he was kind of. I think all those supercomputer nerds are like, you know, like Ballmer. Like if you think about, and I guess Bill Gates. You know, he's divorced now, obviously.
Yeah.
And who else?
Loves the pool.
I think he loves pool parties. Yeah, from what I've told. Hey,
Ballmer.
listen, Ballmer, though, I think there are a lot of like.
cool.
I think like eccentric, very smart people. I think there's, you know what I mean. I think that is. I don't know if that is a trait needed to become at the top of that world.
Like, think outside the box is definitely a trait you need. Think like, yeah, people that invent things like that and are thinking of like, what's the next thing? Like, how do I get ahead of it? Yeah, there's something to it.
What if Rest in Peace Hawk was trending yesterday? Everybody would be like, AJ's dead.
Well, I think also Tony would probably take a lot.
Oh, yeah. See?
Yeah.
Tony would get a lot.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a cool day. I'm going to be honest. It was pretty.
Especially when you're just looking online, like, wow, that was very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice what these people were saying. But John McAfee was the McAfee for a long, long time. And now there are some people that they saw that and they're like, oh, Pat's dead. So I guess this is like a. Did I just go up a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
You certainly climbed the rung on the McAfee ladder.
Oh, I did, huh?
Let's go. Might be
Now, how many other McAfees are you trying to kill off now?
I'm not killing off anybody.
Slow
No,
down.
I'm not. I'm just,
But you're at, but
Isn't he
you're,
married to
it's like
Mariah Carey?
people get out of your way so you can take another step.
That's not what
Who
I'm
else is
saying. I'm not talking about the McAfees, by the way. That was Negative Nick, and then Toxic Connor posted that.
I
was talking about
pumped.
in level of like acknowledgement there. That is a, you know, like that feels pretty cool to be there. Not Roman Reigns level.
And now it is. I mean, I think you are top dog when it comes to McAfee's now.
No, there's an Irish sand or painter.
Oh.
What's he? A bricklayer, maybe. No.
He had a good run, but
there's
I
an
do
author.
think...
It's gonna be tough to search the internet right now for it because
Yeah, it's all going to be John. But I think there is an Irish author, and then there's like a tattoo artist in Oakland or something like that. So.
yeah, so you win. Essentially,
I think you're
is
up
what
on
Jay
top
is
there.
saying.
There's Jay.
Yeah. Let's go!
You better watch out now. Jay might stab you right in the back.
Well, he might. And
I don't care.
That's what comes. Jay.
I'll be the bottom rung of that McAfee chain.
Hell yeah.
As the representative, though, of the McAfee family now. Okay?
What the hell?
This guy's
Bro.
What the...
The first thing we are going to stop doing
Like you're like
is
a mob
taking
boss.
any
sitting there.
disrespect from any motherfuckers like AJ Hawk. Hey, that ain't happening, okay?
Yeah.
John McAfee got ran around because he was up to some crazy stuff, and the McAfee family was viewed in a particular fashion. I want to let you know now, we will not be taking any shit from you or any governments, all right?
Hell no.
We're just living our lives, having a good old time, and when you need the McAfees, know we will show up, we'll have a good time, we'll get the job done, and we'll bow out gracefully, okay? That is the McAfees now, and Jay, it's an honor to be the head of the table.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Good job, boys.
Let's go, you did it. Woo!
I am Roman Reigns of the McAfee. What a joke.
I'm gonna scour the internet for like young McAfee kids with the name McAfee that are going to be athletes like the next person. I need to find a QB, an NFL QB to really
He's
take
going to
your
be
shot.
fucking investing. Hey, listen, it's called a halo investment. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to give you all the opportunity that you could potentially want. You need your own. You need to be going to a private school right now, don't you? Getting the best tutoring. Hey, listen. As long as it's under $20 million. Okay, here's $5 million, kid. Good luck out there. You come to the Hawk Training Academy too. We don't jump into pools and hold our noses, and we tackle with the crown of our fucking forehead right here. That's how we do it. What if that would be an awesome move if you did that. If you built up a prince to come up and take the head off the king.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be beautiful. Get outside the castle
The
walls.
Departed. I'd have to let him know too, like, hey man, all pub is good pub. So whatever you do off the field, like, we need you to make a splash. You need to be a polarizing figure.
Oh, see, that's what the McAfee family has had that for too long.
Yeah.
John
Tough.
McAfee
Hey,
was
it's not easy. I didn't say it's going to be easy, man, to knock you guys off the top.
Well, I think we
may try.
We waited our time. You know what I mean? We waited and
Yeah.
waited and waited the waters.
You might have to, with you putting all this stuff out, I know I'm interrupting you. Like, you may get a call, man, FBI or somebody.
Listen.
McAfee maybe being dead and you gloating at his death. Like, they may look into it.
I know the McAfee family. I'm not gloating at his death, by the way. I'm just acknowledging the role that I now have as the lead McAfee. Okay, so
The new Dahn.
yeah, exactly. And I know the McAfee family and the government have not had a good business relationship for some time.
No.
I want to let them know. Don't expect that to come anytime soon either. We still ain't about it. All right. Now, we're not going to do the way John did with the whole dick cutting off and crypto builds and tattoos that they're going to get whacked by the CIA. I mean, maybe I'll get to that point. I don't know. I don't think John was always like that, and then he turned into something. And we're not Cleveland steaming anymore either. Okay.
Nah, no hands.
We are iron pressing things now, and we are moving along. All right. And I just want to let you know that it was a wild day, though. Let's talk about some shit that is happening in the NFL on the other side of this break.
Here we go.
Hey, there's real news to be talked about today, and I can't wait for it. It's like it was saved for our last day here, AJ.
Yeah, hey, I'm looking forward to it, man. I know there's a couple things you could touch on, so yeah.
Tom Brady, Sean McVay, the Combine, Bill Belichick, and OBJ. I mean, that is big-time football talk that we'll dive into on the other side of this break. Go into the next hour. Scotty Miller will join us, then some phone calls, and then we'll give away, hopefully, another $25,000 on this hashtag PMS 100K giveaway weekday 4. You can enter right now if you tweet that hashtag with the percentage of made threes that this entire office did this morning, cold, shooting one from each spot of the NBA three-point contest. It was 55 shots in total. What was the percentage made? Tweet that alongside hashtag PMS 100K giveaway weekday 4. And you could win either $25,000 or a John Deere Z-Turn tractor. We're back in 4 minutes. We're up over 11,000 entries. Has the right answer been given? I assume mathematically, yes. But you could still get in. You could still win. We're talking to the 10th here. 14 point, what you say it was? 11, what you say?
11.3.
11.3. You go to the 10th there. You go to 25.1%.
Okay.
You can win $25,000 or a new John Deere Z-Turn. We can't thank you enough. We'll see you in 4. I'm Roman, a men's health brand that can dance very well and make you the best you possible. Are you suffering from male pattern baldness? We got something for that. Herpes. See ya. Premature ejaculation? Gone. No more coming too quick. Allergies as well. And that's not all. We have clinically tested supplements for everything, including erectile dysfunction. Come on! Bye-bye! GetRoman.com/Pat. Be the best you possible.
I was told by Del Curry, Scottie Pippen struggles on a golf course. Right?
Right.
I was told at that thing that I'm going against Scottie Pippen the next day, match play, heads up, one-on-one Scottie Pippen. So we decide, like, okay, we probably have a couple drinks, stay at the casino a little bit longer than we should.
Representing the NFL out of the Shoeless Golf Club of America, Pat McAfee. His opponent, representing the NBA, Scottie Pippen.
You know what I mean? This guy's got 6 rings. Yeah. He's a fucking Hall of Famer. But today he's going to play against me. And then I start seeing Scotty hit some shots that are just like starting to come together. And I'm like, wait a fucking minute. I think I was lied to.
We were lied to yesterday. We were told Scotty Pippen was a terrible golfer. Bro, he's Scotty fucking Pippen.
Going in the back 9, I think I was down 1. Like, we were battling. But I started making putts. And Scotty Pippen went ahead and got real hot. I mean, real fucking hot. I was down 3 with 7 left. And I looked right in the camera. And I go,
we're down 3 with like 7 holes left. Scotty Pippen's about to get this work.
Scotty Pippen from 190 yards out just fucking dunks it. Fucking boom, bang, and then walks up to the green, gets the ball, cameras on him, and he goes, Pippen ain't easy. Kidding me?
All right, down 4 with 6 left after Scotty Pippen just chips in from fucking 400 yards out.
I was fucking demoralized.
Pippen ain't easy.
By the way, best he's ever performed at golf, because I'm around, better teammate than Jordan.
Yep.
People forget. Oh, yeah, I told Dell, I was like, Dell, what the fuck you lying to me? He was like, well, I saw it yesterday. He was not great. And Greg Anthony told me, and I was like, Dell, he buried me, Del Curry. He buried me. He was like, hey, Pippen ain't easy.
Yes, baby, it's time to celebrate.
Talking about a shotgun of beer after he had beat me, obviously. I like teach him how to do it.
Yeah, put a hole in there. It might spread a little bit, so. Yeah, so you're going to go here, and then you're going to open and flip up. Does that make sense? Congrats on winning the NBA a couple times, blah, 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 blah. And being an incredible golfer. Right, well, cheers, man. Hey.
Damn.
Okay,
That's the
Scotty.
best Bud Light I ever had.
Hey, there's no Scott King.
You right.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
The guys over at Roback have been sending us their performance polos, quarter zip pullovers, hats and hoodies, and we'll be honest, we're in love with their stuff. It's soft, comfortable, and it's fresh.
That's right. Love it.
If I wasn't wearing a Roback when I walked 7 miles on that golf course, I don't know how I would have survived.
Good. Probably wouldn't have.
Stuff breathes.
Don't you love your Robacks, AJ?
Absolutely. I wear them all the time.
Roback allows us to be active while looking good. It's an absolute game changer. Ain't that right, AJ?
Big time game changer, yeah. You almost broke 100, I think, in your Roback.
I did break 100.
What?
I did.
Picked up twice and had gimme putts all day. But yeah, hey, keep going.
Didn't have any gimme putts because if it was
I'm sure you didn't pick any of them up.
I didn't. They didn't throw it to me and said that's good.
Yeah.
So I didn't choose any of that. Okay.
Much different.
I would have loved to see that ball hit the bottom of that cup, and I would have loved to have bent down in my Roback shirt. Give me that. Oh, I can't move my arms right now, but you get it. The shirt allows me to be flexible, nimble, and comfortable, even in the greatest set of distress, which is 130-degree weather, 200% humidity, walking 7 miles amongst alligators and potential panthers.
Good Lord.
But I survived because of Roback.
Yeah.
And when you see someone rocking a Roback with that dog logo, you just kind of give them that subtle nod because you know they get it. You get it.
Hell yeah.
Like the Jeep Wave.
At the top. Fresh at the top. Fresh at the top.
Can't wait to watch you rear-end somebody because you're so pumped to throw up the old Jeep Wave.
I get rear-ended. Remember, that's what happens. I get rear-ended, pal. I don't do the rear-ending around here. But remember, I threw that one 2 parking lots over, and they did not see it. I don't think
it hit though.
They did not return a favor. But according to my trajectory projections, that thing was hitting front left of that thing.
Bullseye.
Right there. I think so. Anyways, go to roback.com. and you'll get code PAT. You'll get 20% off all polos, quarter zips, hoodies, and performance tees. That's RHOBACK.com. Promo code PAT for 20% off all new customers through the end of this week. Oh, shit.
Let's go.
I'm happy I read that whole sentence again. Yeah, you got until tomorrow, dude. RHOBACK.com. 20% off all polos, quarter zips, hoodies, and performance tees with code PAT. They have new summer polos on the way, so go check them out. Yeah, they're awesome, by the way. They're awesome.
Love Robert.
All right, AJ. Tom Brady. Okay, you're going to stick with that motherfucker? He said on The Shop while sitting down, looking awesome amongst other A-list celebrity and power figures, which is an incredible series. Can't wait to watch that episode. I don't know if that's this Sunday or not, but it was marketing the new season. Then that led to a conversation of who could have been about. We talked to Ian Rappaport. Rappaport said, yeah, it could be the Niners. He's talking about Jimmy G, but he's friends with Jimmy G, so he probably wouldn't be saying that about him. And Ian Rappaport said he thought it had to be the Colts. The Colts had to have told him that they were going to go with Phillip Rivers. They get in a conversation with Tom, and then at the end they say, you know what, we're going to stick with Phil Rivers. And Tom Brady goes, you're sticking with that motherfucker? Maybe that is the case. But now there's more and more reports as we get a whodunit on who stuck with that motherfucker in said situation. Now we are learning Jeff Darlington is saying that people underestimate how close Tom Brady was to signing with the New Orleans Saints on Get Up this morning alongside Mike Greenberg. And then following that, Diana Rossini said that this was a very well-kept secret in how close he was to being a Saint. And Diana Rossini, we know, dialed in New Orleans. She's had great news breaks out of New Orleans on a very regular basis. And we know Darlington, allegedly, has somebody in Tom Brady's camp because of how close they were whenever they were covered up north or whatever. So that sounds like, was he talking about Drew fucking Brees?
Whoa.
Because then if you go back to the picture that we just posted, Drew and Tom, after that moment in the Superdome where Tom's throwing to the kids, they're hugging each other. Is that all malarkey? Or was there more than one team? Because then Michael Lombardi, who I think does have a thought on the situation, an opinion, and potential information, he said the Dolphins were also in on Tom Brady. So was he talking about the draft pick of Tua that they already decided he's sticking with that motherfucker? Who's the motherfucker, AJ? And if it's Drew Brees, maybe Tom should get in acting because I look like they were friends down there in the Superdome.
Well, and this is the picture too. If you remember the video, didn't Tom throw his kids a few touchdowns in the corner? Like believe me, I have kids. That would be a special moment for your kids, no question, no matter who you are. But no, hearing this and hearing from Diana and Darlington talk about it, if I had to guess, my opinion would be I think he was talking about the Saints. When you look at everybody, and I don't even take it as a huge slight to Drew Brees. I think he's like, what do you look at me? I can still play. Drew is kind of banged up. He was wishy-washy whether he was coming back or not, and you're going to go with him?
And you're telling me Drew's not taking that as a slight from a guy that's...
I mean, I'm sure he will, but I don't think Tom meant it as much of a slight as people are interpreting.
You think Tom's thinking, you think that person's better than me, and that's just how the Michael Jordan to Tom Brady's phrase things, or how competitive people talk, like, that motherfucker. Maybe that's the case. I still don't see how it's Drew, though.
No.
Like, I don't. But now
it couldn't have been Tua. The timing, though, it wouldn't have been Tua yet. He wasn't drafted at the time, right?
Unless it was Fitzy.
Yeah, Fitz.
I don't know if he. Yeah, maybe it could be Fitzy, I guess.
What if he's not talking about his free agency at all?
Huh?
What if he was talking about a girl he dated in high school?
Oh.
Where he was talking about his competitive juices that he's always had.
That's what it started.
What if they were like, "Are you always like?" I remember I had a girl, and I said, "You're gonna stick with that motherfucker."
Going to prom with that motherfucker.
Well, is there any other potential situations he could be talking about other than free agency? Was it Bob Kraft of Bill Belichick?
He split time with Drew Henson in Michigan.
Well, yeah, was it at Michigan?
Yeah.
Was it in high school? Like, right? Because I don't think he played a lot in high school, right?
No, he started late. The more we talk about it, I feel like Chicago makes sense. More sense than the Saints, at least.
Who?
With Foles and Mitch.
Jeez Louise.
Come on.
I mean, it's awesome that this is such a good promo for a conversation that it is stirred some, and that's because it is Thursday, June 24th, hour one wrapping up here. Next hour, there's big conversation with Sean McVay. He's also saying motherfuckers this.
That's right.
Motherfucker that, he's saying. People are wild. That's how adults speak. Never would have thought it. Matt Stafford conversation and more. AJ, we got about 10 seconds until this break. You got anything to say?
Nothing. Can't wait till the next hour, though.
Are you going to break any news?
Ooh. Yeah, tons of news. Actually, I'm going to break right after the break.
That's what I'm talking about! Yeah!
If something happens one time, anomaly. Happens 2 times, it's like, oh, okay, maybe. But whenever there's a trend of 18 plus, 20 plus things being predicted, you got to go like, hey, Groening, the gig's up. We know. You're a time traveler.
Just tell us.
Bro, I just want to talk to you. I got so many questions. Siegfried and Roy tiger attack. Do you remember that?
Of course.
Do you remember back in the day how tight Siegfried and Roy were with their tigers? It was like every main story was like, oh, these tigers are the best behaved animals on earth, blah, blah, blah. Simpsons in 1993 said the tiger is going to turn. This little friendly tiger is going to become an enemy of Siegfried and Roy quickly, and it's going to happen. 2003, it actually happened. Autocorrect errors, 1994. Before you could even play Snake on the gray little box phone, they predicted that autocorrect will happen on your phone. Are you kidding me? Didn't happen until 2007. FaceTime, 1995. Not even a thought. I don't even know if anybody knew what the fuck the internet was.
Oh, that's that little mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At.
See, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm. No.
What is internet anyway?
In 1995, they said, don't worry, you'll be carrying around a device where you will be face-to-face with somebody on the opposite side of Earth. 1995, they said that. 2010, it happened. Faulty voter machines. 2008, they predicted it. 2012, it became the forefront of conversation in a big, big way. I assume these voter machines have been up in question for a long, long time, but they just knew that it was going to come to fruition in 2012.
No, I want to vote for Obama.
2 votes for McCain.
Come on, it's time for a change.
3 votes for McCain.
The God particle. Now, this is the big one. Ty Schmidt did research. He said the God particle is the absolute reason why he is 1,000% a time traveler. Homer Simpson got up there like fucking Matt Damon in that movie where they have that
Good Will Hunting
and draws up this equation for what the God particle is, which what is the God particle?
Yeah, it's basically this equation that essentially like explains how the universe was created.
And they did that in 1998, and the exact equation happens in 2012.
That's unheard of.
14 years ahead of time. They got Homer Simpson up there looking like that goddamn janitor from Harvard, solving equations up on a chalkboard, and 14 years later, it's like, yeah, that's actually how the universe was founded. It's like, wait a fucking minute, little comedy writer with the goddamn yellow cartoon, bro. That's insane. The NSA spying scandal. Everybody knew that the Patriot Act was like in existence, but nobody had a clue that NSA literally knows everything about you. Every dick you've sent has been seen by some government agency, but it wasn't always like that. We didn't know that everything was getting spied on, Sean. Nobody knew that.
I didn't know.
They predicted that in 2007, 2013 it happened.
No, Lisa, it's not like the government is listening to everybody's conversation.
Smartwatches, 1995, they said it would happen. 2014, they came to fruition. America's Ebola outbreak, 1997, they said it. 2014, do you remember when Ebola hit? It was like, it was literally...
Hospitals like shutting down.
Oh, they had people wearing like hazmat suits, carrying people around because they were scared Ebola was possible. In the modern world, this was happening. Years and years and years and years ago, Matt Groening said this is going to happen. The FIFA corruption scandal, 2014, they called it. 2015, it came all crashing down. Everybody knew they were getting their pockets greased, making decisions, sending a World Cup to a goddamn desert. Matt Groening said it's going to happen. It happened. Greece's debt default, 2012, they called it. 2015, it happened. So many countries out there, by the way.
They picked Greece?
The exact country to happen. Trump's presidency, 2000, they called it. 2016, it came to fruition. The Simpsons called this President Trump out there, and everybody probably looked at, those Simpsons guys are so funny. Bang, 16 years later, it is about to happen. It goes down. Lady Gaga Super Bowl halftime show, 2012, they called it. 2017. I mean, I think we all knew that she was born this way. She would probably get the halftime show at some point, but to the details that they had. These are not coincidences. Coincidenci. I don't know how you pronounce it.
How the fuck do they know this stuff? It's got to be time travel.
Matt Groening is a time travel. I have so many fucking questions. Disney's takeover of Fox, 1998. They said it. 2017, it happens. the Shard in London, which is a building behind Big Ben, I guess. Is that right?
Apparently, that's what Google search said.
1995, 2009, it comes to fruition. Robot Librarians, 95, they called it. 2016, it happens. The censorship of Michelangelo's David, 1990, 2016, it happened. Three-eyed fish from the fucking nuclear waste place.
In Japan.
Three-eyed fish comes to fruition in 2001. Matt Groening did it in 1990. 9/11. 9/11. They called that happening. If you do recall planes going into buildings, they said it in 1997, 2001, it happens. The Syrian uprising, everything that's going on in the Middle East has all been talked about on The Simpsons. And then he created another show called Futurama. That is huge. He created another show like, yeah, listen, here's me rubbing it in the face that's where I could go if I have to. I have so many questions for Matt Groening, and guess what, Matt Groening? The gig's up. We know. I'm all in on you, Matt. And I'm a fan, by the way, aren't we? We're big fans.
I'm a huge fan.
If you want to travel to future me or current me or past me and say what's up, I think we would all be appreciated.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this Thursday, June 24th, 2021. Will begin immediately following this beat drop from a talented individual named Twine. There it is. Here we go. AJ Hawk in his attic in Ohio. The Hammer Down boys are here. Connor, that's Hockey Talks Nick Morado, and the Pod's Nick Morado. The boys are in the back. This is the last day before we go on a little bit of a hiatus. So we've been celebrating all week by giving away $100,000. Yeah! $25,000 in a golf cart first day. $25,000 in 2 TVs the second day. $25,000 in 2 golf sets the third day. And today, $25,000 and a John Deere Z-Turn tractor are up for grabs if you use hashtag PMS100K giveaway week day 4 and can guess the percentage that the office shot from the NBA three-point line this morning. Everybody took 5 shots, 1 from each of the spots that is represented in the NBA three-point shooting contest. That's 55 total shots. How many do you think we made? Then do the math, tweet the percentage to the 10th, and you could win $25K or a Z-Turn John Deere tractor. We can't thank you enough for listening or watching wherever the hell you may be. AJ, let's dive into something. Sean McVay has come out and said, hey, Matthew Stafford is he's a bad motherfucker. He's a bad motherfucker. Ask Connor. I don't know if Connor's going to continue to be the McVay impressionist on the show or not. But, bro, this dude's a bad MFer. Now, I don't know if he said to Albert Breer MFer, which, by the way, if he did, I will have to evaluate everything he says going forward. Yeah. Okay? If Albert Breer just shortened the full motherfucker to just MFer, I would like to hear the delivery. Nonetheless, this dude's a bad MFer, bro. Whatever people say about him, as good as it can be, he's even better than advertised. It makes sense to him. The guy's ability to see the game, his ability to draw on his experiences, the feel that he has, it's pretty special and unique. And man, his feel for people, his authentic way of connecting with his teammates, his coaches, this guy, it's great being around him. This guy is going to win the Rams. Fan base back after a lot of hope was there. Beginning of the relationship between Sean McVay and Jared Goff. Jared Goff gets over a $100 million contract. McVay gets locked down as well. The LA Rams are off and running. Then some massive, not just cracked but shattered relationship happened between McVay and Goff. Not personal, seems to just be football-wise. They both wish the best. Massive trade with Detroit. Numerous first-round picks. Get him out of here. Get me Matthew Stafford. Seems like it's off and running here pretty good. Better than advertised, Matthew Stafford, says Sean McVay, AJ Hawk.
Man, so when you read this, I would assume you probably think of Jared Goff right away, don't you? Say, oh, is he saying that Jared Goff he's exactly not this guy? All these great characteristics I'm laying out?
See, I think the reason why you and I potentially do well together talking, and a lot of my friends, because that is how you would look at it. You know, that is exactly how you would. I looked at it as, I thought this was going to be, and once again, this is this type of situation where I'm going one way and then you had another or whatever. I was about to be like, I thought you were going to say, hey, Matthew Stafford, underappreciated. We talk about it all the time. And then talk about how good Matthew Stafford is after playing against him, and how Aaron said, hey, these sidearm throws. 9 in Detroit, he's been doing a lot of the throws that I do, that Patrick Mahomes does for a long, long time. I thought that's where you were headed, but instead you were like, hey, Jared Goff fucking stinks, huh? Is that really what you read there?
No. Yeah, you did. I was saying, if you're Jared Goff, you have to see this and oh man, is he saying like I wasn't any of these things? Like that's what I would think of. But no, it's a huge, unfortunately for McVay, whatever he says good about Stafford, people are going to think that. They're going to think like, oh, what, Goff didn't have any of this? And Goff definitely has some of what he's saying here. But yeah, McVay is very, very happy with who he has as quarterback right now.
I think he's pumped up. And you're right. And by the way, once again, I have to hammer that home. That's why I think it's good that you naturally feel that way normally about most things. I naturally feel the way that I felt because it is a perspective that everybody potentially has. And I wonder if McVay thought only positively when he was putting it out. I'm a coach up, build up the guy that I have. I'm not even thinking about that. I've moved past it. Hey, we got a game. We got a season. There ain't nothing Goff can do. I wonder if he's so far past it that he doesn't, like in his eyes, this is not I'm describing, I don't have to bury one to lift another. Yeah. I am describing.
He is. I think so too. I 100% think that he is. That's all he's thinking is, hey, I'm talking about my guy who's here, and Goff is not, it has nothing to do with this.
So when people say like, oh, he's burying Goff.
He's in a no-win situation though. Like
yeah,
McVay is. It sucks for him because he wants to praise this guy and he's talking about all the great things he's done for the team and the culture and all this. But that doesn't, he's not saying anything bad about Goff, though.
All right, so I agree. You don't have to bury one to lift up another. Thank you for representing people that would potentially think that, AJ.
Yeah.
I know it's not you. I know it's not you. I know you're just doing it for the show. Hey, good for the show.
Attaboy, AJ.
Hey, good for the show. Hey,
work,
great. I know you don't feel like that, whatever the case. I think I am firm in the party that LA won. And I think it's because I watched every Matthew Stafford game, and I say this every time I talk about it because I think it's very genuine and very real. No Detroit Lions games are sought by anybody to watch.
No.
Except for Thanksgiving when you're forced and you're with your family and there's nothing else on. NFL football.
Here we go.
The Lions again. Yeah, they kind of hold Thanksgiving hostage, actually. Yeah. They decided one time way back in the day they're going to do it every single time. Cowboys as well. You know, the Cowboys at least tried to give us at least something that is at least marketable or whatever. But yeah, here come the Lions. Here we go again. And the Detroit Lions fans, it's probably terrible Thanksgivings for them as well. I mean, that's probably not great. Mm-hmm. But I've aside from just the Thanksgiving games where Matthew Stafford throws for 400, 500 yards and they somehow lose still, which everybody says, well, that's his fault. It's like, okay, I don't know how. That's not the game of football then. The rest of the season, he's fucking good too. Hey, not just on Thanksgiving Day, I think that is the biggest thing. I get a chance to watch strictly because of Foxy's relationship with the team and how nice the Lions have been to us, and obviously with MCDC there and everything like that. And I think we had a small connection with Stafford as well. He's unfucking believable. And I think McVay knows that, obviously. He sent like 17 first-rounders to go get him. But I think now that McVay has a little bit of film, that he can just like, oh my God, we're going to be able to do this, this, and this. And then in the room, the way the questions or whatever, he said from his experiences in the past, so he's probably like, hey, when this happens, we got to try this maybe. It's like, I assume that's what McVay wanted out of Goff. And I don't know if Goff's that type of guy. And Stafford is like, hey, this is what we got to do, this, do this. I love it for Stafford, for his legacy. Yep. And I love it for McVay, to be honest with you.
And to be honest, the one that's going to come out on the bottom of all this is the Lions, because Stafford's going to ball out and everyone's going to go, what the fuck was Detroit doing for the last decade? Yeah. And I'm actually here for it. I'm very excited for that moment because I love Matthew Stafford.
This is like the Pittsburgh Pirates. Guys leave the Pirates and they go play for the Yankees. And they just are all-stars. They're just so good.
Yep.
And everybody's like, why don't the Pirates just keep him? Like me. And so, well, the owner stinks or whatever. He doesn't want to do that. He just says, get out of here. You're too good at baseball. That's not what we do around here. But if he goes and has just an electrifying career, like a 4 or 5 year run here where they're in, let's just say if this happens. I'm not predicting it. I'm not putting my money on it. But let's just say.
Which he can definitely play for 4 or 5 more years because we know quarterbacks do not get hit that much.
Well, especially with McVay's offense where it's a lot more, that's a big timing thing. And I mean, that's going to be, let's say 5, 6 years. What if he makes like 3 championships? What if he makes it to a Super Bowl or 2? And what if he wins 1 or 2 Super Bowls somehow? I'm not saying he will. But this is something that could happen. And that would be devastating for Detroit. I mean,
that's worst case scenario, but whatever. Detroit.
Hey, if he stays healthy, though, if Stafford stays healthy, he's going to be successful. I don't know how successful that is, but he's going to be a hell of a quarterback. Like, he's going to have a great year this next year, and then who knows what can happen.
So Peyton leaves Indianapolis, goes to Denver, goes to 2 Super Bowls, breaks a bunch of records, wins another one. Devastating. Okay, absolutely devastating. As a Colts fan, they became Broncos fans, some of them. That was a big conversation piece around the Colts fan base and everything like that. For me as a friend watching him do it, it's like, Andrew's awesome. I love Andrew. But wouldn't this have been cool if this was just like 2-3 years later and we could have figured this whole thing out or whatever? But Peyton won when he was here. Yeah. Right. Winningest decade in the history of the NFL. Got to take Super Bowl championships, 10-win seasons, like 9-10 years straight or whatever. And then so you got to experience it. What if he goes from perennial loser to consummate champion, and all it is just getting out of a potentially cursed franchise? That would be devastating for the great people of Detroit.
And I want it to happen, Pat.
Whoa!
Because as a Lions fan, Matthew Stafford winning a Super Bowl is the closest I potentially will ever get to winning the Super Bowl.
MCOB! You are insane! He's got a already selling
Come on!
He just got on the Wall Street.
It's not Motor City Dan Campbell's fault.
Get out of here.
He's got a lion.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, but why do Lions fans don't have to be upset if the Rams play well? This is what we were talking about. You don't have to tear one down to lift up another.
I'm talking about what everybody will say.
Yeah. It's going to be week 1. Week 1, the Rams play the Bears on Sunday Night Football. Stafford might throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, and everyone's going to go.
And by the way, knows that defense pretty well.
Yes. Yes.
Don't let that happen.
With how good that division is, do you really think there's a chance the Rams can run the table for 5 straight years?
Hey, you got the Cardinals getting in. You got the Niners really. I mean,
if Trey Lance is unbelievable, then the Niners might be that team.
That NFC West is must-see television.
Yes.
Good for them, by the way.
He doesn't have to win Super Bowls. All he has to do is win playoff game, right? And then the narrative on Stafford kind of flips.
I think so. I mean,
Goff went to a Super Bowl.
What if the Lions? What if they come out and they're 4-0 in the first month of the season?
Who?
The Lions. What if the Lions come out and surprise some people?
Let's go.
Dude.
Okay,
What if it was Stafford holds
There's no way. There's no way.
Here, what's your chance?
Crazier things have happened.
N-S.
Lions.
Lions.
Hey, you got
One pride.
If you're a Lions fan or anyone in the NFC North, you have to feel pretty good about your chances if Aaron doesn't come back.
100%.
I say 1, you say pride. 1.
Pride.
1.
Pride.
Is that what is it? Do you guys have chance?
That's our hashtag, and then there is a hilarious touchdown song.
Oh yeah, it's like a polka.
Oh my yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Forward down the field, and then it just goes.
And there's somebody singing on the side with the 4.
Oh, that's awesome. Bob Ritchie.
Bohemian Rhapsody on the side.
Bob Ritchie.
No, maybe.
They wrote that song last time they were good, and they just keep playing it.
Bob Ritchie used to freak the locker room in Detroit.
Used to what?
Not the visitors, but the Lions lost. He was always a game.
I think we played against them, and Bob did. I think he was there.
He did do
I think so.
A whole thing.
Him and Ninja.
That's right.
They had Eminem rolling around there for a bit. Smart.
Big Sean here.
Also,
and there.
Kiss. Gene Simmons, I think, was in there.
I saw Goo Goo Dolls do halftime one year during Thanksgiving game. Saw them when we were walking up the tunnel.
Hey, isn't that funny at those big halftime shows? For me, because I'm kicking on the field, trying to get a little warm up, the stage crew, and then the pure panic by everybody, it seems like at all times until the music goes, and then the music stops, and then, by the way, pure panic yet again. That is a hectic lifestyle, those halftime performers. That is I don't know how they do it. It feels like they are life or death with every move they make. If they even cut up the field just a little bit and people are happy, oh no, yeah, you would never get another dollar from this business. Oh no! It's insane out there, but I guess there's only one performance at a halftime that really sets a standard for everybody, and that's obviously the
Creed.
Yeah, Creed in Dallas with the bald guy flying.
Yep.
I guess. You were there, AJ, weren't you?
Yeah, that was halftime of Packers Cowboys, right?
Yeah, what was the significance of that night? Not only having the best halftime performance of all time, but what else?
Well, it was a Thursday night game. It was one of the first Thursday night NFL Network games, I believe. And Aaron Rodgers stepped in for the injured Brett Favre.
And Chris Collinsworth immediately goes, you're not going to win a lot of games with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback.
Aaron killed it. Aaron played great. Killed it.
You don't say.
He said, Aaron, didn't he say to the trainer, I forget, Pat maybe, or Tim? I don't know. I don't remember the name. He said to somebody who was around there, because he'd been backup for a long, and he saw old buddy, what's his name, you guys, Scott Stapp, in warm-ups or something before, and he said, it feels like tonight's going to be a special night, and he got in, and that was when Aaron Rodgers isn't a complete bust thing changed around. But before he takes his first snap, Chris Collinsworth is burying him.
Ridiculous.
And I wonder if him and Chris Collinsworth have gotten over that, Like, I do wonder if that has ever happened, because that clip is shown a lot. Like, hey, here's Aaron's first snaps in the NFL. And that's something I have to keep in mind when I'm talking on live things, by the way. When somebody debuts or something like that, like, hey, this person might go on to be the greatest of all time. Let's not fuck this whole thing up. Yeah. Chris he's watched his film. He knows his information. I like Chris Collinsworth a lot, but that clip is beautiful. This guy fucking sucks, is what they're saying. He has good hair. Remember, he fell in the draft. That's, you know why? Because he stinks. And then it was like completion. It was like, he still stinks. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. And then he goes out there and does it.
Touchdown.
What a moment for Aaron. I assume that was like 45 to 50 chips added to the shoulder there just because of the announcement in the commentation.
Well, I also think he didn't need it, but it was a huge confidence boost for himself, too, getting into real game action when it really mattered and playing very, very well. Andrew
Brandt said that Brett Favre, he'd stay down there in Mississippi in his jeans and throw in the mud with the high schoolers, wearing his
copper fit.
Wearing a full copper fit, and he would be in his boots, and he would be slinging the shit out of it. We seen it. That was before there was internet. We had to watch it as just a commercial, every commercial break, basically, and he would sling that whole thing. Andrew Brandt said that when Aaron was around, Brett wasn't there during the offseason workouts, the Packers got a chance to see Aaron basically as the quarterback, like they're getting to do right now, or got a chance to do with Jordan Love. And he said that there was a couple times when Aaron was the guy where it was like, oh, we do have a guy here. And that's why they held on for so long. That's why everything happened, because in practice and in those moments he got to go, was he just fucking murdering you guys? I assume he was murdering you guys.
Yeah, from day one, he was killing it. I came in during my first year, was his second year, so he was running the scout team offense against us. Yeah, he would make throws every single day. That would almost stop practice.
And Brett Favre's there. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what
I can do that too.
I don't know what a dime
And they got along great though. Like they always had they had these weird little handshakes they're doing together and stuff. Like they would be juiced for each other in practice.
Do you think that beef was obviously dramatically overblown? And then did it ever really lead to something? And then them getting back to being very good friends now, or friends now, it feels like their relationship has always been a story because of the situation that happened on draft night. But was there moments where it was overblown, you think? Or was there a potential real old school, new school, I'm the old bull, young bull comes running down the hill? You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I think a lot of it was overblown. If anything, they just didn't. I know that story. But
That's a young cat.
I went right past it. It makes sense. But no, I don't think there was ever serious beef between them. Maybe they didn't, when they weren't in the same state, they weren't texting each other every day, but I think they're great now.
That's awesome. That's good to hear because you never know what's going to happen whenever two megastars have to work under the same building and they both know what's inevitable, what's going to happen, and how it's going to play out. They're past it. That's cool. Aaron had a little bit of, I think, appreciation probably for Jordan Love's position in this because he had to do it, which hopefully led to a better relationship between them, which is good for the entire team, which looked to be gelling very well last year. Will they be gelling next year? How will that saga continue? We'll never be able to find out. Joining us now, though, is a man who made a massive play against the Green Bay Packers in a playoff game. It looked like he ran maybe a 4.040 in the middle of maybe 15-degree weather. An absolute superstar, not only last season, but definitely in the playoffs. And a stud who said, I ain't scared to run or race against anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion, wide receiver of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Love Celsius, by the way. Celsius friend.
Hell yeah.
I've been told. Scotty Miller. What up, Scotty? Hey! What up, dude? Oh, no, Scotty, you're muted. You're fucking muted, Scotty. I mean, come on. Scotty!
Good
Scotty!
Lord.
Oh, no! Scotty!
I'm checking it.
It's probably our fault if I had to guess.
Hey, FaceTime's weird. I tried to connect with my my Raycons when I was down in Florida, and for some reason they'll be connected through Bluetooth, but FaceTime they don't pick up.
Yeah, and then on the FaceTime, by the way, there's like 6 options now. They've added a lot more options and things you have to go into. So there's a lot more you can do because I think Apple is realizing that people FaceTime a lot more than they may be used to. When FaceTime was introduced, nobody did it. I was literally the only person that did it to everybody. I did it all the time, like literally, because I do get lonely sometimes. And when it came out, I would be in my like on a plane somewhere all by myself. So I just want to FaceTime with people. Oh, what's going on? Oh, put me in there. Okay, I'm cool. I enjoy it. And then as it's evolved, I like that everybody's kind of starting to do it. So much so that it is starting to get a bit confusing. Like there are too many options almost.
Too complicated.
John Taffer would say, hey, shut it down. We only need the 3 things that are good here. So it's almost we're getting too far, but it is a far superior product to all that other bullshit, though.
I agree completely. I was on a Zoom panel a couple days ago. I was glad it was when you had to run and do Castro Neves. I realized I had something at 3:30 I had to jump on right after, so you saved me. I forgot.
Hey, I saw you. There was either yesterday or maybe it was that you were halfway out of the seat basically for the last 7 minutes, as was really? I thought you either had to go to the bathroom, maybe Axel was burning the place down, or it might have been... Yeah.
Axel wandered off one day, yeah.
What? Just off property or just off?
To the neighbors, yeah, in a sleep sack.
In a what?
It's called a sleep sack. He loves wearing it, man. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little cocoon he can wear.
So it's a sleeping bag that you zip all the way up.
But you have arms.
Oh, your arms
are
sleeping bag?
It's a snuggy sleeping bag?
Yeah, and he loves that thing, man.
I would too.
Cruising down the road.
Hold on, is he cruising down the road? Is it zipped up the front, up the side? And
zipped right up the front.
And there's eyeballs.
Yeah. No. It's not over your head. Oh, there's nothing over his face. It's just it covers his body. You put your arms through it and you just zip it up.
Oh, so the arms hold it up like a poncho,
like a Michelin man.
They go over your shoulder.
Because sleeping bag, you remember, it's like a corn dog. It had one side open. You would lay in, close yourself all the way in, hot pocket style almost. You get in there. I thought you snuggie. I guess you did, but there's no head cover.
You just cut armholes. If you just cut armholes in a sleeping bag, that's what it would be.
There are hoods on some Snuggies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a poncho.
I'm glad we're really breaking this down.
Well, your kid escaped in one of these things. You probably look like a fucking madman. You're not up for Dad of the Year, and you're falling asleep while you're driving. We're just trying to figure out. We're trying to paint the picture here for you. You know what I mean? We're trying to paint the picture, AJ.
We're good. Yeah, we're good, man. Kids got to fight through some adversity at times.
I agree. I've been trying to think about that, with my wife, because I think we're gonna attempt to have a child. We're gonna attempt to procreate. So now I've never really had that thought before since it's been very new. So all these little thoughts come up. I'm like, how will I handle it? I like to kind of be prepared beforehand and kind of think about it.
You can't prepare.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like my kid, I feel like he's going to have to suck and like hate his life at times. And like, we're just going to have to bear it. We're just going to have to sit through it because that moment is going to cook for him. Hopefully something that he'll learn from it. But I feel like that doesn't happen anymore. It's a lot of like, hey, how do we make just as happy as possible all the time?
Well, your boy will also have some competition since AJ is going to be raising another McAfee to hopefully take your crown. So now he has another purpose in his life. You know?
This is Prince. I should name him Prince.
Exactly.
Now, if old Duber drops out in the next year or two, don't worry, I'm not going to raise my little guy.
I want to let you know, the name Duber is at. Okay?
Damn it.
Prince is in all of a sudden, though, now that I am king.
Hey, you're not going with John?
Huh?
That'd be a nice tribute.
To who?
That is
Maybe
a
middle
good
name.
idea,
Hey,
actually.
there's
John
nothing wrong with the
McAfee,
second
McAfee.
as well.
John McAfee.
John.
Let's get to a break, and we'll hope to get Scotty on the other side. We ain't doing any Johns.
Yeah, but-
I think John is a name that's actually in our family. I believe. I think it's a family name.
Pat McAfee, Deuce.
A lot of people have that.
Would also play.
Jay had Scotty muted. We just learned. We got to get to a break.
Yeah, baby Jay.
We'll be back in 4 minutes. I just saw it happen. Everyone, because there's a glass here where I get to see full operations between Foxy, Zito. Even in the back, I see Nick sometimes.
If he's
flustered with something, with some video going somewhere. Right there, I just saw Jay go, oh, yeah.
Jay just goes, yeah, that's on me.
And then Zito goes
Just
full
noticed
head
it.
back, turn, and it's all. This is all going on. Hey, Scotty, we apologize.
Sorry, Scoots.
Yeah, baby, Scoot.
Turns out it was
Love
on
you,
our
Scoot.
side. You were muted, but it was our fault. Golly, this show.
I'll send him a text right now.
Yeah.
Update him.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes with hopefully Scotty if he's not gone. On that Celsius, you got to get up and move. Get up and live.
Speedy guy.
He's got scoot. Mm-hmm. What happened? How do we do that? What is there a button? Like what?
The music one is right next to the laptop one. I accidentally turned the music one on instead of the laptop one.
Jay!
It's a brain fart,
Can't have it.
Jay, whenever the music button is that close to that button, like
Vacation's tomorrow, Jay.
Jay, stop checking out.
Tomorrow.
Hey, at least you're owning it. He's not trying to pawn it off on somebody else.
Yeah,
Oh, like
but
you.
what does that do? What does that do?
Thank you for your honesty, Jay.
Thank you.
We don't know if that's true.
It is true.
We don't know. Hey, we don't know.
If he's standing up for Zeke, even better. Even a better person.
Yeah, but Jay also guy like, yeah, fuck you, I did it.
I respect that.
I mean, I feel bad about
No,
it.
that's
Oh, yeah.
There's none of that, Jay doesn't make mistakes though, so that's why when something. No, but you're normally pretty quick. You're in a terrible position. There's no other human in this building that would be able to do your job on a regular basis.
No way.
Somebody could do it for 1 day, 2 days. There's a lot of this and this and this and this and this whole thing,
Hey, I've been back there, man. Every time I'm in the studio, I go quiz the guys on all the buttons.
She does.
You quiz people on a lot of things, AJ.
Fidel Castro had his back, by the way.
Boom. I like it. Right back on the horse. I see it, Gump.
What if gray became the new color for Cuba?
Tough luck.
What if they got into a war where they needed gray colors?
I had the green shorts. I was close to running it back, all green.
He's got some fresh shoes on. All right, we're out of here. We're back in 4 minutes with Scoots, Scotty Miller, hopefully. This is the Pat McAfee Show. A former Celebrity Jeopardy champion, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I've missed you guys.
We've missed you too, man. Where are you? Are you out in the woods somewhere right now? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in a log cabin out here.
Have you been doing this since the end of the season? How did the Jeopardy thing come? How'd you film it? How'd it go? And is that your first time you were kind of back in cell service?
Yeah, pretty much. I did some quarantine during the off season, early parts. The missus was filming up in Montreal, so I was, Quebec has some strict quarantine rules, so I was in quarantine for a few weeks, and then went out to LA and filmed the 2 weeks of Jeopardy, had a blast, and then back for some more quarantine. And now, the off season feels like it's just beginning now.
Okay, good. Well, congratulations on everything happening. Let's talk about the Jeopardy job. Did you watch the other hosts as well, what they were doing potentially that you would want to do differently? How did the whole film study go?
I haven't watched an episode since Alex. Okay. I didn't really want to be influenced at all by the other guest hosts.
Smart.
And how they did things. For me, it was taking a lot of notes and figuring out, exactly what Alex did and wanting to to do him justice, his memory justice, by being as prepared as possible when I got on the show.
The hair, though, was there a thought potentially, Jeopardy, for you to cut it? Did anybody say, hey, maybe we cutting the hair? Was that conversation? Because I'll tell you, whenever I was going to have to go to court after the public intoxication, a lot of talk about me potentially cutting hair. Didn't do it. I would assume for you, potential same thing with Jeopardy, being Jeopardy and all that.
I thought about it. I also thought about shaving to a mustache to honor Alex, but my hair wasn't long enough that I couldn't do something with it. I felt like we had a nice little comb over going, and I just decided to go with kind of my usual, little bit of some stubble going and not the neck beard. Sorry, Andrew Luck, but I decided to kind of clean that up a little bit. But there was conversation. I think there might have been some people that wanted me to shave to the skin. I don't do that a whole lot. If that was a prereq to get the full-time gig, no problem with it at all. No problem at all. And
Whoa. Did you just campaign potentially for the full-time gig right there? You loved doing it, didn't you? You enjoyed the hell out of your time doing Jeopardy? Hold on, you lost service in the middle of the woods, wherever the hell you are, whether it's in Canada, here, or in America, on the films. You would love to do Jeopardy more, you say?
I would love to be the host of Jeopardy, yes.
And I hope you get it, dude.
Give it to him.
The guy wants it.
Come on.
He's good at everything. He'll shave his face. Come on.
Thanks, buddy. Miss you guys. Love you guys.
Hey, miss you, love you, man. Aaron Rodgers.
It's the show recommended by 0 out of 5 old white guys. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
Police. Fuck, man. The day's great. The day's launched.
Yeah, well, that's a roll of the dice right there. That song was a banger. Shout out to Wiz making an appearance on the show. Appreciate everything you've done for Pittsburgh and weed. Joining us now is a man who runs real fast. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this guy can scoot.
Can't even see him.
The last time he was supposed to come on, we had him muted. We said, hey, listen, Jason McAfee, who is a part of the McAfee family, who now is being run
bottom rung
under new leadership.
Yep.
He had him muted the entire time, which is a damn shame because I can't wait to hear what this guy has to say. Super Bowl champion, fan of Celsius. How could you not be, ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Miller?
Yeah, Scotty!
Yo. What's good, y'all?
Scotty, I saw you take the AirPods out. That's probably because you potentially thought it was your fault. It was our fault, yeah. Scotty. This was our fault.
Was it?
Yeah. We learned after you got it. All right. Yeah, we apologize.
I tried FaceTiming my wife afterwards, and she could hear me. So.
Hey, whenever we get a chance to chat with somebody like you, I think we get excited because you're a guy who not only has his Celsius like we do, but the explosive plays that you made this year coming out of absolutely nowhere, and then we see you boat parade partying, having a good time. It feels like you're the perfect glue guy almost for that locker room. You make great plays. Seems like everybody likes you. What has it been like being, thrusted into a vital part of a locker room, especially the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Because I think that's why I like you so much. I was like, I wish I'd be on the same team as you, like I think with AJ. What is it like in that Buccaneers locker room, and how has your experience been down there?
It's been great. I try to lay low a little bit. We got some big time characters. We got Gronk in there, always running around like a maniac. We got Cam Brate trolling everybody in there. I don't know if y'all know him too well, but he's always a funny guy.
Nice.
We got a good group of guys, and it's cool because I don't know if a lot of other teams do this, but a lot of guys stay in Tampa and live down here, so we're all able to hang out in the off season, like times like this, and just get to know each other really well. I actually had everybody was. I don't know how everyone on Memorial Day weekend ended up at my house. I don't know how that happened because I definitely don't have nearly as nice a house as all these other
That's
dudes.
why. Yeah.
I got like this little pool, basically looks like a hot tub, and we got Gronk, OJ, all these massive dudes playing pool basketball. And by the time everyone left, there was the pool might have been a skate park. So,
that's awesome. See, that makes me believe everything I said to go into that question is 100% right. The team is tight down there. You guys just won a Super Bowl. Now the big conversation around the Buccaneers, not only can you go undefeated, but these OTAs, hey, Tom's got his team, all right? BA's got his team, all right? And BA said, hey, some of those motherfuckers over there, they don't even know they're competing for a spot. And I feel like whenever the Tom group showed up at the mandatory OTAs, everybody went up and above and beyond to showcase, like, hey, we're in shape, BA. All right, take it easy. Because BA's come out and said, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. That's exactly what he said. He wasn't lying. He was not lying. That's kind of been his entire thing. What did you do there? Because I assume Tom and everybody setting up workouts and everything, you have to be there for that. I assume you're also a guy that's like, hey, BA gave me an opportunity here. I don't want to say fuck you to that. How did you handle that whole situation?
Yeah, so my situation was unique. I had something going on in my body this offseason. So I was actually rehabbing at the facility while all the guys were doing OTAs. So I actually didn't go to any sessions with Tom this offseason, but for Tom and them and all that group of guys that was over there, CG and everybody, all the skill guys, I think last year we wanted to build on something that we did last year. Right when Tom came to town, we were getting together 2-3 times a week at a local high school, and we just loved that foundation we built. So I think Tom wanted to just keep going on that. It worked last year, so why not do it again?
Yeah.
I think was Tom's mindset. So for me,
did he break into anybody's house? Because that worked too. He broke into a house last year, won a Super Bowl.
Hopefully he does that again this year. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, so for me, if I was healthy, I probably would have been with Tom. I mean, you gotta be with the quarterback. I mean, if he was at the facility, wherever he would have been, I would have been. But yeah, that's kind of how everyone thinks, unless you're a new guy. Like BA said, hopefully I'm not one of those guys he was talking about. But I think that's kind of how everyone feels. But yeah, I think it worked out. We had our mini camp. It went really well. It was tough. We do 2 fields, so half the guys are one field, half the other, so you get a ton of reps. But it worked out really well. Everyone was in really good shape, working out just like you would expect. So it was good.
Hey, going back to those workouts you guys did last offseason, you said you got together like 2 or 3 times with Tom. Like, how valuable were those to you guys, and how are they run? Do you guys get up and have like a little stretch line? Like, is it organized? How do you do it?
Yeah, really all organized by Tom. I remember the first time CG had texted me, Chris Godwin texted me and was like, yo, we're about to throw a Tom tomorrow morning. And I'm like, whoa, Tom Brady, better get to sleep early tonight. But just like crazy to meet him for the first time. Like, it was wild. But really organized. AG, Alex Guerrero, Tom's like right-hand guy. I'm sure you guys know him. He's there with Tom, kind of getting Tom warmed up. We all warm up on our own. And then Tom just runs the show. It's like a practice, basically. It's routes on air, but he's calling out the play, go line up, calls out the defense, that type of thing. So, and even last year we had a bunch of DBs come out too, and we're almost running like half line drills. So like we were getting after it pretty good. I think that's just a testament to Tom, and I mean he's gonna get that work in at all costs.
That feels like the potential future of OTAs whenever the next CBA is up for conversation, and there'll be a way somehow the NFL will profit off of these passing sessions alongside the teams and the players. It'll become something because I've gotten a chance to watch a couple of those that Peyton had in person. No idea how I got invited. I think I might have been at somebody's house. And they were like, hey, we're going to do this thing. You want to come? I was like, yeah, I'll come punt some balls. They're open field. They're like, yeah, I think that's why we're going or whatever. I get there. There was no open field. There was one field they were on, and I just sat back and watched, basically. I'm like, this is incredible because guys are trying new shit. Like, guys are, and you're learning and, like, testing out new routes, new pushes, new everything. It's like, it's pretty cool to kind of see, the freedom of that type of thing. We're talking to Scotty Miller. You said you were dealing with an injury. Are you all right? Were you back for mandatory? Are you going to be camp? What? You don't have to dive into it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I was back. I was dealing with a groin injury all last year. Really, literally the first game, I tweaked my groin. So all season I was dealing with this. So I had to take care of it right after the Super Bowl. And then I was back I just got cleared right before mini camp. So full participant in it, and felt really good. So. And now I get like 5 weeks before camp starts up. So really fortunate with how I'm feeling and excited for have another big year.
Hey, we're excited for you as well. The groin is tough. I can't believe you're blowing by people, with a pulled groin. I assume the rehab and recovery on Monday and Tuesday was miserable. You ever put your Celsius in one of these bad boys?
I have not. Is it that would probably... Oh,
don't spill it. Looks like there's a lot of liquid in there.
Keep it nice and cold. Yeah. I don't know if you remember my dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember last time I was throwing treats to her.
Yeah.
She's going crazy, barking at me again.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back, recurring guest here, friend of the show, pooch of the show, K9 of the show. What's the name of the dog?
Hula.
What was she doing when Gronk was splashing around your pool, turning that place into a goddamn slip and slide?
She's a maniac. So I actually took her to my neighbor's house.
Smart.
Who was out of town, locked her up, checked on her every couple hours.
Smart.
If not, she'd be jumping in the pool, So, yeah, she's not allowed at the parties.
Have you guys thought or talked about the 17-0?
No, we have not talked about it. I think we've heard, some of the guys on the Chiefs make comments about it. Maybe 2 blowout. I don't know. I think they just want to win every game like anybody does. I mean, who doesn't want to go 17-0?
Yeah, exactly.
And win the Super Bowl. I mean, I would say that too. I want to win every game. But we haven't talked about it. But, I mean, we got a great team coming back. We got everybody back. We're probably one of the most talented rosters in the league. So we should have a decent shot going into every week, So we'll see.
Hey, going to the NFC Championship game, did you know, like, before you caught that touchdown right before halftime that really – people love to talk about. It was an unbelievable play. Did you get any kind of read pre-snap that was going to happen? Did you feel like, is this really happening? Are they really doing this?
Yeah. So before the play call was literally like bunch left, kick 2, go, like simple play. And Tom's like, Mike, Scotty, like run to the back corners. I'm gonna pick somebody. So we're in a bunch. So I'm telling CG before the play. I'm like, why not? Because I'm like, you probably catch a jump. I'll stand there and try and catch the tip, But then we saw their defense. They were in like one high when the corner was like probably 12 yards off me, and I saw them just kind of sitting there. So I'm like, I was like, no way they're going to run this. Thought they're going to go prevent. The guy was just going to bail, snap the ball. Dude's just standing there, run right by him. Good thing Tom saw the same thing I did. As soon as I ran by him, look up, ball's in the air, falls right in my arms, like easy play. So it was crazy.
So that's vital, right? You and Tom seeing the same picture. How long do you think that took for either you and Tom or for Tom and most of the offense since he had to learn a new one there? Because people talked about going up to New England and not being able to understand the offense because Tom and the wide receiver and tight end, everybody has to be on the exact same page without really saying anything. Is it similar in Tampa? And how long, like after that bye week, it felt like you guys really started going?
Yeah, 100%. It took a while just for Tom to kind of understand what BA and Byron wanted to do and them to understand what Tom wanted to do. And once they kind of like meshed it after the bye week, because it's hard to figure stuff out when you're just going every single week. But once you get time to settle in, you can figure stuff out. So once that bye week hit, Tom really drove home stuff he wanted to do. BA, they came together, had a great plan. All us receivers understood what spots we were good at and what we were going to be playing going forward. We just rolled from there. We saw bits and pieces of success before the bye week, but then after the bye week, I mean, we were rolling every single game.
How big of a change was it? Did you have to almost like learn a new playbook? Like, what was the change really?
Yeah, I mean, like some of the plays we were running during camp, and like some of our basic plays we weren't going to run anymore, and we're going to install some of Tom's stuff. But we still had like the basics of the offense was still BAs and Byron's and that whole philosophy. And like you saw, like go deep before halftime. That's their philosophy. Let's take shots, which I love. It's perfect for a guy like me. But then we also like so many more checks at the line because before we didn't really have any of that. It was kind of just like line up, read the defense, and do your job. But then Tom was really, trying to figure out man or zone and get a lot of indicators like quarterback did. Like I'm sure you saw Peyton, he was the master of that. So just kind of implemented that type of stuff. And once we did that, I mean, we were very difficult to stop.
I'm happy to know that I don't know who all had to get on the table for that conversation to happen for BA, who has had a lot of success with his offense, and Byron, who's had a lot of success in that offense in a lot of places. And whether it was Clyde or other coaches, or maybe even it was just Tom or everybody else saying, hey, BA, listen, we're not going to change your offense, okay? But I mean, I've been in the game for 24 years. This is my offense that I run. Is there any way we could potentially add some? Because that was the conversation going into the season. Whose offense is it going to be? Is it going to be Tom's? Is it going to be BA's? And then Tom even said, like, for 20 years, everybody had to come to me to ask the answers for an offense. This time, I'm going to people. We wondered when the evolution would happen. That late bye week, I assume, delayed it a little bit. But on the other side of that thing, you guys were a fucking buzzsaw. And that defense, by the way, your defense is so damn good. I think that's why the thought of going undefeated is real, because your team seems to be absolutely stacked. I mean, that has to be a great feeling,
Yeah, we literally have like a star at like every single position. And then the depth is just tremendous too. They've done a great job drafting. So, I mean, like you said, the Saints game, we were kind of struggling on offense, that playoff game. But our defense had I think 3 picks or something. I mean, they were just constantly giving us the ball back. The Saints couldn't do anything. Like, it was, they did a great job.
Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, Scotty, how would you grade Coach A.Q. Shipley's transition from stud center to, I believe, offensive line coach now?
Assistant to the.
Come on, dude. A.Q., he's doing a great job.
Coach him up.
He's a funny guy. He loves walking. He's trying to lose some weight, so he's always walking around the field, staying in shape, always in the weight room. But he's great. He's going to be a great guy to have around. We all loved him I think he showed up in right before the first game last year. But we just love having him around. So he's a great addition to the staff.
Hey, go ahead and just, if you want to, just experience life a little bit through the eyes of a hilarious, ridiculous barbarian of a man. Just go ahead and sit by him for 10, 20 minutes. He'll probably become one of your new favorite humans, as you have for us. Scotty, we can't thank you enough, man. Why are you, how'd you get involved with Celsius? We're lucky that they wanted to sponsor the show. Then we started drinking it and we're like, oh, goddamn, it is so good, dude. It is so good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Similar with me. I have been drinking it for a while now, ordering it on my own, and then they kind of came to me and wanted to kind of partner up and do stuff together. So I was like, perfect. I love to drink it. I use it, before workouts, whatever. Just good in general. So then I thought the partnership was perfect. They've been great to me. I love working with them. Like I said, they have new like protein bars they're coming out with too. So,
hey, they're fast. They're so juicy, it makes no. Coming in. Here's the salted caramel peanut crunch. This one. It makes no sense, by the way. They say there's only 220 calories, but there's no sugars, I don't think, in it somehow. It's like protein bar or whatever. And it's like it's actually like look at that. Hey, it's not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be cardboard. These things are supposed to be fucking cardboard. I don't understand how they're doing it. This has no sugar. I have no idea how they're doing it. Everything tastes too good. It's a scientific mystery to me, pal. I assume you feel the same way.
Yeah, I had a workout this morning. I had a little cookies and cream fast bar. I could have ran all day. It was great.
See, this is an incredible ad. They did not pay enough to have this full conversation, but they have provided enough for my life that I just want to say thank you. I love these things. And the crash is not bad. No. And it's hard to find in Tampa. We're down there in Tampa every single week. These heaters, The Pounders, very hard to find down there. Game changer for me. Go ahead, Nick.
Scotty, you're down there in Tampa. You're probably hearing a lot of "Go Bolts."
Go
when you're
Bolts!
walking
Go
around.
Bolts!
They're gonna bring this thing home on Friday night, Game 7. Are you a hockey guy at all?
You know it. Back home, last time we were home, we won 8-0. So I think one of our best players got banged up last night. Hopefully he'll be all right. I don't know, but
dirty play.
we're gonna bring it home. Probably gonna have Gronk going crazy, getting everybody hyped up at the stadium tomorrow, something like that. So we're gonna bring it home.
Are you going?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I've only been to one game, but
Go, dude! Are you going to Game 7? You gotta go.
Yeah, I might try and go. Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, it's this, okay? It's this, but in an arena. Hockey arenas it is unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl champion, thank you so much for making time, brother. Sorry about muting you earlier.
Yes, sir. Y'all good. Good talking to y'all.
You too. See ya. Tell the dog we said peace to, Scotty Miller.
Yeah, go Boats.
Go Boats.
Go Boats.
Hey, AJ, you're a big meathead. You love these protein bars. Have you ever seen one do that?
I have not. I thought you were going to eat it live on air.
That's not I'm fasting still. Come on. You got
my bad.
man.
Wake up, dude.
It's a lifestyle.
You're a fitness influencer. My bad.
No, that's you. I'm a lifestyle. This is just a lifestyle.
It's different.
Although I did eat a little late last night at my wife's event, which was awesome. I extended the eating window for another 30, 45 minutes. It was worth it.
Yeah, good food.
So good.
The piccata.
Chicken piccata with a little lemon, something with these.
You didn't want to sit there at that big old table and just sit there and pout and say, no. My window is closed, and you don't eat when 30 other people around you are.
I wouldn't have pouted. Okay, I wouldn't have pouted. I would have been very above it. I would
assume your wife would be like, Pat, honest, seriously, just please. What are you doing?
Yeah, but I would have passed the meat and the food and the broccoli, which had long stems. What are the long stem broccoli? What is that?
Asparagus?
Is that
No,
broccolini?
it wasn't asparagus, but
broccolini, yeah, maybe.
And broccolini, tortellini, a couple broccolinis were there. I would have just moved that right over to Pablo Escobar looking guy sitting
would've
next to me,
taken it.
and he would have just eaten that whole thing.
Absolutely, 100%.
It was delicious, but I wouldn't have done that. Come on, it was my wife's first event. I'm going to eat, I'm going to enjoy. Hey, I made a cocktail. I made a doggone daiquiri, dude.
Yeah, it was delicious. They had
Come on.
macaroons.
Had some champagne. We chugged some wine. It was
the Viejo Reserve 720 1163.
Oh my! It's a good pairing. Oh, it's a good pairing with the chicken piccata.
Delicious.
What a night, dude! There was a band, like a jazz band, that was playing covers.
There was like a harp lady, right? Is it a harp?
Yeah, the harp.
Oh, man,
my God!
don't get me started.
The harp played "Brown Eyed Girl" when I showed up, and I was like, "What is this? It's unbelievable!"
Rolled right into Black Hole Sun right after it too.
She was not happy. I sat in her chair and started playing.
Yeah, well, we all knew that was the case, except for you. That was going to happen. But.
I thought it was like communion. Like everyone goes come in and play.
A communion. Come stroke it before the event starts. It was awesome. I'm very proud of my wife, her team, Noelle, Mystica, Bridget, Brandy, the band, the servers. You guys crushed it. Crushed it. Yeah. Congrats to them, man. Congrats to them, AJ.
Where was that?
It was at a hall here that's in a gated community. It's a big castle-looking bitch, basically. It was nice. It was
very nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was cool. The weather also, it could have been much hotter, which would have been a nightmare, which is good.
Perfect.
It seemed to be, really, really
in
good.
the shade.
Money was raised. Times were had. It was a blast. I was very happy. The anxiety level was high going into that thing, Sam was worried about it being perfect. It's like, well, it's not going to be, okay? Nothing is going to be, but it's going to be a great time, and it was a home run. All of her worries and work, everything paid off. It was a lot of fun. The next event, you're going to come, AJ, all right?
Have to.
You're going to come. I actually loved it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was 50 people. It was kind of intimate. It was cool. I got a chance to chat with everybody, chug some wine, gave a speech. All right, here we go.
What? Did you drive the Jeep over?
I did not, because it was like cocktail casual, business cash. And to drive the Jeep, I got to walk through, the forest to get to.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do the full thing, you know what I mean? Because to get my Jeep, you got to go Jeeping on land with your feet to go Jeeping with the Jeep, you know what I mean?
You gotta earn it.
Can't do it. Yeah, you got to earn that Jeep getting out of the barn. I think we potentially have a international guest on in the next hour.
Whoa, surprise.
I think so. I think we do. I mean, I don't think he's answered me yet, so maybe not. But, there's soccer happening, I guess. I guess soccer is happening.
Still.
And Nigel was awesome last time he was on, and him and Gumpy are the best footy bettors on earth or whatever. So we got to talk about that maybe in the third hour. Nigel get a little English accent until we get to that. Let's get some phone calls. To be honest, in the middle of that conversation with Scotty, I thought this was the last hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm having a little Jason McAfee on my brain, and you know, I can't have that. Jay's the lowest rung. I'm the king of the McAfees now at this point.
Just do what Jay does. You acknowledge it, and then you move on.
And just, yep.
Carry on.
That was what it is.
Might happen again, too. Let's go to Kyle in Rochester. What's up, Kyle?
Hey, Pat. Thanks for taking my call.
Kyle, thanks for calling in. How about that, huh?
Hey, I appreciate it, Pat. So, since everyone not named Chris Paul has officially beaten COVID, are we going to see Pat and the boys at the home run derby? I mean, you let Jet come on the show and bury Gumpy. We got to pack out the home run derby.
He called me a bitch, too, Kyle. I mean,
and an asshole.
Hey, that is a tough subject right now because my heart's telling me but my mind telling me no.
Baby.
I gotta be smart. I have to think about it, you know?
Who sings that song?
You know who it is.
Never mind.
Isn't that one of your favorites?
All right, let's go to Kevin in Chicago. Kevin, what's going on, dude? That's disgusting. You. Favorites.
Just relaying what you've told me in the past.
No. That is not true what you just said.
You jump at me like I'm serious.
Well, it's not. Hey, I just want to let you know.
Clarify.
Yeah, we all know everything comes out of your mouth is a joke, but not everybody. Kevin, we only got 45 minutes. I'll put you back on hold. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Kevin.
Sorry, Kevin.
All right, we got to play.
I'm sure we're not going to
I'll see you next hour, Kevin. I'll see you next hour. We're about to announce who won the putt thing yesterday.
Ooh. Oh, so you didn't announce how many it took?
Not yet. The video will run immediately following this hard break that's about to hit in about 20 seconds. In the third hour on SiriusXM and YouTube, AJ, what can people expect around here, you know?
Well, you know what? On this very show, there may be a mystery international guest that may
International might mean domestic, too.
Ooh.
Maybe. Oh. Come on. Keep that, yeah. So it doesn't give anything away.
give a big thanks to Foxy's putter, who was with me for that entire time there. I'd like to give a big shout out to Connor for rolling the balls back. The rocks down there that helped me. Tim McAfee for the coaching back here and the boots. Jason McAfee, a little bit of tips, and everybody for their incredible support. Wouldn't have been able to do it without everybody. Zito, great work. There's no way we thought we were gonna have to film for this long. I mean, this has been a haul. But the ball went in the hole. On which rep? 98. Less than 100 tries. That's what I thought. Here we go. That was impossible, though. There's no way we knew it was going to be like that. But I'm assuming a lot of people are going to guess real low. And then I'm going to have to tell them, no. This was a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And then the people that are going to get this right are my biggest haters. So congrats.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. The final hour before a hiatus is about to take place. Some are saying this is going to be the greatest 50-some minutes of radio and TV in the history of sports.
Yeah.
Those people would be wrong. To my left, lighting a cigar and almost his house on fire, AJ Hawk.
Hey,
The Hammered Down Boys, who go live at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at youtube.com/Hammered Down, are in here. How was the winning streak? How are we doing? Right now, we're in between the round robin stage, the group stage, and the elimination stage.
Knockout round, yeah.
Knockout round. The who's going to win this thing? Who is it? Portugal? Because I saw Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice yesterday.
They're in a bad spot. They're lined up with Belgium in the first round of the knockout stage. Belgium is very good.
Okay, so that's who we're betting on to win this whole thing, Belgium?
France. If England can get past Germany.
Can't do it.
Hold on, just listen to me for a second. If you look at their side, the only other really good team on that side is Netherlands. If England can get past Germany, it might be coming home.
No!
Yeah, but can they? Huh?
It was supposed to come home years ago. It's been since 66. Guess what? Never came back from the store. Was going to get milk. Was going to get smokes. Never came back. It's not coming home. Especially if Cristiano Ronaldo is going to continue to play the way he played yesterday.
France and England are the favorites, but I mean, it's coming home with the Italians. I mean, we all know that.
Okay, so you've had quite an about face on your people.
Yeah, don't you even.
Tony Turncoat.
Don't be internet people, okay? There's a difference between gambling and rooting for your team, okay?
Bet on Turkey.
Right,
Turkey,
okay.
Tony.
You bet on Turkey.
Benedicto Arnold over here picked Turkey in the first game and then tried to come climbing back on.
Benedictini down there. COVID cowboy. Arnoldo, dude. Benedict Arnoldo. This is crazy, dude. This is what.
Hey, isn't Ronaldo good enough to propel his team to victory?
He is, yeah. He's Cristiano
last
Ronaldo,
time.
dude. What's that? What are you saying? No?
Last Euros, I thought he put the team on his back. Portugal
Yeah, but
won.
5 years.
Pepe's 50 years old playing
No, that
center
was-
back.
Yeah, but Cristiano Ronaldo picked up the ball. He kissed it. Remember?
Yes.
Put it down on the spot. Scored, celebrated, they win. How you doing? Keep moving. Cristiano Ronaldo. Is that the same guy that is playing now?
Yes, sir.
How has he been able to stay in shape since that moment till now, play all those games, and now beat everybody at everything? I think it's because he drinks a lot of agua.
Yeah, no Coke.
Doesn't seem like the goalie has much of a chance during penalty kicks with Ronaldo.
With Ronaldo, yeah. But there are some goalies that are very good at guessing penalties.
So they're just guessing which way, right?
Well, you got to read, right? Yeah, you technically, I guess it is a guess, but
You kind of give a no look, like, don't you? I mean, I know I shoot PKs at my kids. I give no looks all the time.
okay. So I was a PK shooter as well. They just call it a penalty over there, but I also did that, and I didn't mind mixing it up. I would stare directly at the spot I was going sometimes. Then there's obviously the people that like try to open their hips and then close them a little bit. It's just you got to get a feel for it. Some goalies can really do it. I actually, obviously, I played goalie one time. It went to I played goalie for a PK shootout one time. Whenever we were getting to overtime, I moved to goalie at the end of it so that during the PKs I would be the goalie. I think I stopped 4 or 5 or something. Like that. No big deal.
Would you do the stutter? Like, would you do the two-step?
I bounced back and forth, and I did a full wingspan, bounce back and forth. How old was I? I was probably 12, 13 years old. Biggest asshole of all time too. I should not have been doing what I was doing. It was pretty cool, but you get a good read, like you can do it. But some of these goalies are incredible at it. I have no idea how they do it. You need to just blast that thing.
Did you ever get real cheeky? I hate when guys do that.
I never got cheeky. I evolved. I would try to go, side panel or whatever on either side because that's what you were told you should do. I evolved at some point when I realized nobody could probably kick the ball harder than me in the entire time. I just blasted it. I went right half of the net as hard as possible. I would shoot first at the end of my career in the PK thing because if the person does save it, the goalie, there is a chance the face is going to be pretty fucking mangled. I'm talking, I was hitting balls as hard as I could just to the right side of the net. It would normally lift to the top panel, but if you blast it, the goalie has to get real solid on it.
That's why I hate when they try and get cheeky and just lay it to one side. You just look like an asshole. Just hit the thing.
But some guys delay and they figure out how to run and they have like, instead of just the stop, the goalie will move and then they just hit it the other direction. I never had that much confidence in myself. I'm like, how do you not just hit that thing sideways?
Yeah.
That would potentially be a nightmare. Soccer's impressive sometimes, just not full games. But now we're here in the knockout round. This is going to be good, you think?
Oh, yeah. Things are heating up, my friend.
You lose, you go home.
You're at.
Now we go.
And COVID, no more. These stadiums are filled.
Cranked. Wembley.
Not Lucas Oil Stadium, though.
Yikes.
Still has not gotten a full go over here in town.
Not in Canada either.
Canada's still locked down?
Don't need it. Montreal's going to win tonight without him.
Big time.
Canada's still locked down?
Oh, yeah. Well, not
Vegas,
locked down, but
Vegas
there's no
travels there,
fans.
don't they say, like, we're going to stay? It's like the honor system. Like, hey, we're going to stay in the hotel and kind of make our own little bubble.
Yeah, they're still under COVID protocols when they go into Canada.
So Canada's still completely shut down?
More or less, yeah.
So last night, I went into a grocery store that I had not been in a long time to stop to get some flowers for Sam, to give her after her event. Hero, no good.
Great move.
Jenna.
Thank you, Hero.
That crushed
Your
when
timing was impeccable.
Thank you.
when it went
did,
down.
It did do well. It was at the end, the whole thing. Congrats.
You got to make sure you do it in front of everybody so everyone knows.
Not everybody. No, not everybody.
No.
Because I didn't want to take the whole thing. It was just towards the end. She had her car, I had mine, so I brought it. Congratulations, the thing's over. You did it. Way to go. But when I walked in there, grocery store, I haven't been there in a while. I don't have a mask anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't have one because, hey.
Right here.
I was told, hey.
This is my mask.
I was told, hey, here we go. And the only time I really leave my house is down in Tampa for that thing. And at this point, since I got it, I don't have the mask there. So I don't have a spot in my life where I have a mask anymore. And it's very nice. Now, if everything changes back with this Delta strain, I'll go do the whole thing, the whole song and dance. It's going to be tough to get me to get another shot, I think, if this one didn't work and I'm going to have to go back into that world. That's going to be a conversation that'll have to happen. But I walked in there, that grocery store, about 50-50. And the first 10 people I saw all had double masks on.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh, shit, am I allowed to even... am I even allowed to be here? I looked to my left. All the cashiers didn't have them on. So I was like, okay.
Good to go.
We good.
So we're kind of feeling it out. But that was my first time seeing a mask in some time now. And I'm like almost taken back. Like, what did I miss? Are we dying again? Am I fucking dead again? I've been in my sports timeline. I got vacation coming. Am I dying again? That was my immediate thoughts. I don't know if that's the case or not. I still haven't gotten an answer. AJ.
The national
the
chains.
emails.
Yeah, the national chains have opened up, and I feel like that's a good sign because a lot of the times, even when there were no mask mandates in like Florida, Tampa, for instance, there were still places like Starbucks where it's like, hey, you still got to wear a mask in here.
Yeah, Drunk Luke said that when he flew in for the brand event last night, he said airports you still have to go full mask.
Everywhere. Yeah. I just wanted to. Yeah, you don't know. You don't fly commercial, but yeah, it's everywhere. In the plane, the kids have to wear them the whole time.
Yeah.
Still, I wonder when that's going to lift.
If it will.
Ah, man.
What about the Delta?
What if the Delta makes its way into the private aviation? You know, and that's
can't.
And because you don't know what it's like over there.
Yeah, you don't, AJ.
What is the Delta?
It's so nice, dude. It is unbelievable.
I got to hitch a ride home with you one time.
One time, huh?
No,
they had a flight attendant lady. It was very nice. I know. I was trying to sleep. You kept waking me up, trying to get me involved in the conversation.
Orlando.
I'm not a sleeper on the plane, pal. I'm not a sleeper on the plane. Listen,
I am.
Are we not celebrating here? We're doing something that's pretty cool. You can walk on a private plane and just be like, yeah, whatever, and just fall asleep. Not me. I'm like, hey,
This is incredible.
This is incredible. We're flying on our own.
I did that too. I said, this is incredible. Thank you so much for having me. And then 30 minutes later, I got to go to sleep.
Yeah, clearly you love it.
All AJ's got to do is picture Wetzel the Pretzel's voice.
Yeah,
and
he's out.
He's out cold.
And by the way, he drives, he sleeps, he flies, he sleeps. You should not even be walking at this point. You have somehow won a Super Bowl and a national championship. It makes no sense to me. You defy everything that it is to be a human. Congratulations, AJ. Some big news coming out of the NFL. The Combine is now up for bid after the 2023 one will become, the 37th year that the Combine has been in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let me tell you why I think this is a bad idea, aside from the fact that we directly benefit from it and our friends benefit from it and restaurants that we are close to benefit from it. Indianapolis is literally built to host things like the Combine. Now, I understand the NFL wants to make more money and that the publicness of the draft, whether it was in Nashville or Cleveland or Dallas or whatever, makes it this, maybe something that they want an allure, a little bit of we can do this with the Combine as well. Completely different operations. Okay, the Combine is not a celebration situation. It's an evaluation situation. The people that are coming are the diehard football nerds, not the people that are just here to celebrate their team getting a new good player. I think leaving Indianapolis will ultimately be one that a lot of people in the NFL, whether it's the coaches, the front office, the scouts, and everything like that, with their convenience of every restaurant basically saying, hey, you can do whatever. There's a certain group of coaches that meet in this back room of this restaurant that has been shut down, and 3 chefs are there for them at that night because they know they're going to be there. It's just like, at this point, with everything in walking distance in Indianapolis, it's an NFL spring break. And it just seems like the city embraces it and loves it. Even after 30-some years or whatever it's been, they're going to move it. Somebody will bid for it. And I know that it just will not live up to what Indianapolis is. This place is literally built for it. You can walk from a tunnel from the stadium into the convention center. From that, you can get into a tunnel that leads you to 5 steakhouses that are just beautiful, the hotel you're sleeping in, and everything like that. It's built to host events. It's built for the Combine, and they're going to move it, which is a shame for the community, for the city, but also I think for the scouts and everybody. They're going to hate it wherever it goes next.
Yeah, and where can it go? It has to go somewhere where they have a dome, because they're not going to have them run outside and do everything.
So Dallas, Jerry allegedly was building this entire thing up for the Combine, is what one person wrote and said. He has the medical facilities in one place where you can get tested. He has the field in one place. There's a hotel right near there. I guess there's restaurants right across the street. So he literally might have just built Indianapolis in this little area, which is a brilliant move, because the Dallas Cowboys bus that moves throughout Indianapolis that Jerry is on those nights of the Combine, where you know exactly what club the Dallas Cowboys front office and Jerry are in. Then they leave the club, go back on the bus, drive a half block down the road to the next bar or club. They get back off the bus. You see Dean Blandino, the director of officials, getting off the bus in Indianapolis. It's just like, if Jerry was like, That time we have in Indianapolis every year is the fucking best, isn't it? There's no way for us to profit off it, though. The city does. These restaurants that shut down everything to make us happy. And this town basically doesn't let anybody else in it without permission of the NFL for the. How do we make money off of that, though? Oh, fuck it. I'll build my own. And he did. It sounds like he did. And he's going to bid for it. And I assume he's going to do it. And it's going to be fantastic. But Indianapolis has loved, I think, hosting the Combine for a long time.
Aside from Dallas, is it all the new stadiums like L.A., Vegas? That would probably be up
the other
for it.
favorites that I read were Vegas and L.A.
Yeah, but the people that are given the favorites or whatever, it's all about proximity. Everything is going to be about proximity. That's what everything is going to be. So, in this won't be made in the mind, but the fact that across the street, Jerry has like 5 restaurants, 6 restaurants that have been built up in an area as well. I think that's a big part of it because what people talk about with the Combine, it's before the tampering period for free agency. It's where a lot of agents and teams get a lot of business done and businesses done. And that's why, by the way, restaurants basically have to be pretty much completely shut down unless you're invited by the NFL. Indianapolis does that. Indianapolis loves being a part of that whole thing.
That's where all free agency stuff happens before free agency officially opens, because all the agents go there. The team, that's where so much work gets done that is not talked about.
Hundreds of millions of dollars of deals have been negotiated in either Prime down here or Kilroy's or any of these other bars we have downtown. And by the way, the restaurants and the people that work there, they know that. It's like, hey, okay, you guys need to do your shit, go ahead and do it. We'll shut it down. We'll bring in more chefs, more food, more whatever you need. It's like, I just think that Indianapolis is one of the only cities that if the Combine was to leave, like for instance, if they do it in Dallas will love it. But if it was to leave, I don't think Dallas would be like upset. They'd be like, oh, that's kind of how it goes. I think Indianapolis would be very bummed if the Combine left because I think there's a lot of pride taken in it, like how the whole thing is handled.
Well,
you know what
a
I mean?
great pub for the city, too. A great pub the whole week. Like, it's on TV. They're talking about Indianapolis. They're showing shots from outside, from downtown. Like, it's really big, I feel like, for everything.
Well, and it showcases on a national level with the NFL what Indianapolis is, which is a host city. Like the conventions that come through here, every convention comes through here, and there's just thousands and thousands of people that fly into Indianapolis for the convention. They stay in an area, their meetings are in one area, and they just walk around. And all the bars are like, hey, welcome to town. Where are you from? Blah, blah. It's built for that type of thing. Now, it sounds like Jerry created a very similar thing with
exact
he
same
owns the entire thing.
Hey, will we know? Will the bids be public? Can we know how much they will bid?
So Nashville has come out and said that their city planning people are going to put together a bid. Dallas is going to put together a bid. Vegas said
what's the range? What do you think the range is that they will bid?
I have no idea. I met the people that put the Super Bowl presentation together for Indianapolis, and that's a full thing, and obviously there's money involved in it. And by the way, you look back at Super Bowls, ask everybody who the greatest host was. Indianapolis. We got very lucky with the weather. I have no idea how that happened. Shout out to Jim Irsay and the football gods having a good relationship and it being like 60 degrees in February and sunny and clear skies, like perfect almost. Ask people who was the best Super Bowl host city though. This city crushed it. Final Four crushed it. Every convention crushes it. Combine crushed it. Indianapolis 500. 300 to 500,000 people coming into town. Crushed it. It's just, I think that is something that I wanted to say for the people of Indianapolis, although in the long run it's not going to matter because dollars will win this whole thing and they'll try to make it a spectacle everywhere.
Are these 5 to 10 year bids, or is this like just like the Super Bowl? Every year they were going to renew and do a different place for the Combine.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Coaches and scouts and stuff, they want it to be a longer period.
Yeah,
they don't want to learn a new.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
The NFL would want NFL would want 1 year deals because they can just keep re-upping and re-upping for more money.
Yeah, because you become a free agent every year. All of a sudden the Combine becomes a free agent every year. And I don't know how long are there, like Under Armour deal or who they got now? They got New Era, I think. New Era is the deal. How long is that deal for? What if they were just negotiating 1 year deals with brand, location, everything? Just they become free agents every single.
They could. If they wanted to, they could.
Like the TV deals? Like imagine if they were doing the TV deals
2-3 year increments?
Yeah.
Oh my
That'd
God.
be ridiculous.
I mean, don't you feel like those things have 2 or 3 years worth of negotiations involved in those deals?
Pro Football Talks Mike Floria reported that the NFL is looking into expand its rights or something like that. I immediately got the link, read it, And I was like, how much do I got to pay to get some right? Can I get a couple minutes of highlights a week? How much do I got to pay? I think they're going to start opening up more for more potential digital bidders after Amazon has gotten in. And, I think they're going to be trying to entice Apple, Google, many other, maybe even Netflix gets involved in it. I mean, who knows who's going to get in there?
Can you buy like packages of games, or you can buy highlights or clips, or how's it work?
Well, for me, I would just want to buy a couple minutes of clips, a couple plays every single week.
From the prime time?
No, I just think from the
They
weekend.
should put them up. What if they put them up and you could bid on these clips that you want?
Yeah, like an NFT type thing. But because if we got 4 plays, I think that would make our 4 plays from the entire weekend. I think that would make our entire show much better. You could break down the play, whether it comes from like a, hey, this is what they're thinking type thing, where we can have the actual guest on. We can do a top 4 from the weekend, highlight plays, dumbass plays. Like I think, and that's only if you actually do the math, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes worth of plays there.
Most.
But I don't know how much that's going to charge, and if they even have that as an appetizer.
Probably like $400 million for 4 plays a week. Yeah, hey, $400 million a year.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. How do I get in that conversation? And just give me the price so I can go try to find that money, by the way, because I feel like there are some people who would potentially want to back us in getting that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I need $50 million because then we'll get 2-3 minutes of plays every single week for the next 3 years. I feel like there are some companies we could potentially go to and say, hey, if we get this is what I think happens. And it's like, let's do it. That'd be dope.
Like with the touchdown celebrations too, I feel like those have gone huge. Like one of those a week too.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different things you could do with those rights or whatever.
But there's so many billions being invested by networks to get all the rights in in everything for that, And at the beginning of every NFL thing, it says any remake or blah 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 will be persecuted to the thing, and it's the NFL Films basically. So the NFL Films have to okay everything too. We think you can portray our league in this light. You know what I mean? Like we think you can, because I did a what was that thing? Who was it for? It was virtual reality.
It was in Cincinnati.
It was
IBM.
It was at IBM.
Yeah.
3D game thing, right? I remember. I was going to do one of those.
Yeah. Well, it was terrible. So I agreed to do one because the person that was creating it talked about how the future, this could be how the game, and we want you to call the game, basically. And I'm like, awesome. I'm getting a chance to call a Thursday night football game in 3D. I was like, how do I promote it? They're like, we'll get to that day of. I was like, cool. This is going to be awesome. Day of, I'm told basically, there's no promoting it. This is just a record. We're trying to show the NFL what we can do. Actually, the NFL Film is going to be here judging us and grading us or whatever the entire time to basically give us the okay or not. So I sat in a horse trailer outside of the stadium alongside the play-by-play person for the 3D or the virtual reality game, and we did 2.5 minutes of highlights afterwards that we couldn't even see, and we talked on the field after the game ended, and we sat in that trailer for 4.5 hours while Evan Fox got drunk in the stands with his friends.
Jesus,
that's what I did.
Wait, did you wear like 3D? Were you wearing something? I thought people could they could watch the game like they're sitting in the front row or something.
That is what it's supposed to be, yeah. But at this particular time, it was Houston and Cincinnati Thursday night game. We could probably tell you the exact year. At this time, we just sat in this horse trailer that had all the shots, and it was a fisheye lens basically from very close in all these places. So we were at the front row. The cameras were at the front row in front of it, but it was still like you had to, it was, I don't know, it was fascinating. I thought I was calling a game. I spoke for 45, 50 seconds, but the NFL Films guy and I got along very well. He's still there. He was one of Steve Sable's original directors, producers. Nice. He and I don't think, wanted to squeeze into this horse trailer for the entire time. So he and I started talking. We went over to a tailgate across the street, ate some food in the tailgate section, had a great time, then came back, sat outside, did our 2-3 minute thing. But I think he and others at the NFL Films, whenever you're pitching to cover the NFL, I think they have to give it like we can do it. We don't know if we want the game to be like this, if that makes sense.
Wow. So did you call the whole game like you were the color commentator?
2 minutes of highlights at the end. I just sat there for 4.5 hours. Yeah.
So that was like a big audition, a big screen test from that company to see if they could do that like for other games.
Yes, it was an audition for them for the NFL Films, for them to be the virtual reality or whatever, VR for the NFL going forward, if that makes sense.
Like for the Oculus, like they do it with the NBA having
in the MLB,
in the MLB,
yeah. So, but it wasn't, we didn't call the game. we just called like the 4 best shots that they got of the day, and I wasn't the play-by-play guy. I was literally just like the color.
So they're making are they making like a sizzle reel to show the league? It sounds like
bingo. And then the guy from NFL Films, I think he was just supposed to sit and watch, like if this was, how duplicable is this? Is this going to be the level? Who's doing it? So I think there's a full process to getting the okay for the rights. I think you have to like prove that you're not going to fuck over the game because this is the NFL. You know what I mean?
I wonder if that segment won a sports Emmy.
It didn't. I'll tell you, it did not.
Who was your play-by-play guy?
I still don't know who he was.
Oh, no.
He was a nice guy. He was a very nice guy. He was a very, very nice guy.
Good connection with the NFL Films guy, too. So it seems to be,
He gave me
worked
his
out.
card. I sent him an email one time, that guy.
He respond?
I don't remember. I know it didn't lead to a conversation.
Come on.
Yeah, I know it did not lead to a further conversation. He was a nice guy, but it's not like I'm bugging him. I think he was literally around Steve Sable. Like this guy, potentially his longest tenured employee at the NFL Films. He was a cool guy. Love football.
Yeah.
Love everything about it. But those NFL Films folks, the way they view the NFL is awesome. It's what you need from the group of people that are going to broadcast the game for hundreds of years. The NFL Films is like the 33rd owner in the NFL. It's a big deal what they do. And I think the WWE editors can make things
so good.
Unbelievable. But NFL Films, they should win awards, I think, every single year. Like all the mic'd up segments, the way the game's covered, everything like that. They crush it. Now, are we going to innovate a little bit too? That's what I would... I know the Booger Mobile probably had to get okayed and some other things.
That's what they were trying. That's what they were trying with the 3D situation.
Yeah, they're trying to innovate a little bit, but I got good faith in the NFL Films people.
They make everything feel big. I feel like they make it feel like it's a big deal. You know how you watch some things on TV, if it's poor production or whatever it is, and like, man, this is like a really big game, but it doesn't feel that way. Like NFL Films makes everything feel big.
All right, let's get to a break. And on the other side, we'll answer some phone calls, and then we're legit done.
What about that international guest?
Nah, he's with his son.
It was Nigel, your soccer guy?
Yeah, I was hoping to have him on too. He's tough to book, that guy.
Yeah. He's slippery. He's hanging out with,
He loves his Stellas, my
Mr.
friend.
and Mrs.
He's always
Heineken.
boozed up.
Yeah.
His schedule is gelatinous.
Is Foxy's dad?
Maybe.
No.
I think Nigel and Mr. Fox would love each other a lot, I think.
My dad hasn't watched a thing of soccer in his entire life.
Yeah, but Nigel will be able to say, what time is it, mate? 3? Crack open a beer like you do every day of your life. Let's talk about it.
Amen.
I think he would.
Amen.
All right, let's get to a break. We're back on the other side. Today's sponsor is Public.com, an investing app where you can buy stocks, follow investors, and share ideas.
Hell yeah.
I joined Public, and you can see my portfolio if you search for @Pat McAfee in the app. Here's why Public is the best place to invest. You can follow other users' portfolios that are doing really well and see what they're doing. It's not advice, but you can go ahead and peek in to see what they got going on with their portfolio.
Whoa.
People like Tony Hawk,
Whoa.
Shaq,
Whoa.
and thousands more. AJ, you on there yet?
No, I'm not on there yet. Tell them, let them know. People can follow me if they want.
It's not advice. You can just follow along and see what people are doing. The app is free, and you can start with as little as $1. Obviously, you can buy portions of stocks if you can get in with $1, or you can buy full shares. They don't sell your data or information to third parties or market makers like other investment apps. This is huge. Okay, they're not just trying to collect your info and sell it to profit off of. No, they want to be a place where you can come make money and watch others and see what they're doing to make money. Shout out to Public. You'll get a free slice of stock when you go to public.com/Pat McAfee to download the Public app. Get started today and make sure you follow me. This is not investment advice, by the way, and you got to be valid for U.S. residents, 18 plus, subject for account approval. See public.com/disclosures. This is not investment advice once again, but go to public.com/Pat McAfee to get a free stock slice. We're back in 4 minutes. Follow me on there, see what I'm invested in. I'll tell you who. People I think are aliens. I'm investing in them.
Hell yeah.
We're back in 4. Cheers.
Did you hear everything that was being said whenever you were potentially...
Just from you.
Oh, so you did hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's address it.
Hold on.
All right.
You can be a hater.
No!
And you can
Carson.
change.
Carson.
You can change. We can change your
No,
opinion.
at the moment I was at, okay, Carson. You know, with the Daily Show, the live Daily Show, you know, we can potentially get referred to as prisoners of the moment. You probably did hear me say some things. That was at a much different time.
Backtrack a little.
No,
it's cool. We're here face to face. You can change. People change, all right?
By the way, you are much bigger than I thought you were. When Jalen gets drafted there, was that the beginning of it all? Was there a miscommunication? What happened between you and Doug? Because they were saying it was fractured beyond repair.
Yeah.
What happened there? Is all of that accurate? Is that all kind of getting blown out of proportion?
Yeah.
And where did it start?
For one, I don't like to ever come out and say reporters aren't telling the truth because I don't. But
Orlovsky does it.
I'm not. I'm not going to dispute every report that's out there. The way the season went obviously wasn't ideal. When Jalen was drafted, that had no bearing on me. I trusted the organization. Okay. I signed that contract. I was devoted to them, and I felt like they were devoted to me. So I trusted the pick. That had no bearing on my confidence or my abilities. The season unfolded not how I would have liked it. Personally, I could have played better. We lost a lot of games at the end and just didn't fall into place the way we wanted. But there's a lot to learn from it, as a man, as a player, and all those things. And, I have still a lot of respect for Coach Peterson. And I think, without a doubt, those reports are very exaggerated. Like I said, I don't hear a lot of them. They come to my attention from my agents or different things.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of respect for him. And it was unfortunate for everybody and how the whole thing kind of just went down.
There was a couple still shots that made its way around where you and Doug Peterson appeared to be giving each other a nasty look.
Yeah, I saw those.
It's not true.
Not true at all.
Oh, you were not saying, I wish you'd die. With your
I don't even think I was looking at him in those shots. So I did see that. I'm like, of course, they're going to play this one up. They're gonna make a story out of anything. That's how it is. So, but yeah, that's not true at all.
Okay, so I'm happy to hear you weren't giving Doug Peterson death looks. Like, you never thought, like, oh, football isn't for me. Like, there was never a thought where I don't like football anymore. Or I don't want to be in this bullshit league anymore with this business. There was never a thought like that.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. The way the season went, I mean, it was frustrating. And
People
so
have those
that's why I stepped away, and it almost rejuvenated me. It's almost like last year pissed me off so much. I want to come back in a different way and do everything I can. I am thrilled to be here and to have this new start, new opportunity. And the community seems amazing. The fan base seems amazing. Like we said, it seems like the perfect fit.
Give us a call at 888-MAD-DOG-6. Pat wants to hear from you. No, not really. He just ran out of things to talk about. This is the Pat McAfee Show. 1, 2.
What?
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, Mama Leah, if I say I got to go, there's a place down by the road. Oh,
come on, AJ.
Mama Leah.
Yeah, this is a good song, man.
I'll great. You know, everything I know.
Stop it.
I got a drop top, beat a bop, beat a bop, bop, the way down. And I don't get down, the way down. I know my mama told me one day a love like you will only, woo, don't leave me lonely. Mama told me one day a love like you would only, woo, don't leave me lonely.
Hey, don't leave me lonely, Anya. Wow. What a third
Thursday, June 24th. And I understand that most of you listening or watching probably has some shit to do tomorrow. And maybe next week, but we do not. Isn't that right?
That's right.
We got a friend getting married in New England in the Revolution region on Saturday. Then that'll lead into an off week for everybody next week. And then we're coming back in football season. We'll be right around the bend. This feels good to be here with you, AJ. What are you going to do next week? Anything sweet?
Yeah, we'll see. I just hope, though, thinking of that wedding, it's in like the New England area. Connor's not going to get in there and bring any of his like towny buddies in there and get in a fight, is he?
No, people who are townies don't leave the town, you clown. So how would that make any sense? If the
It might be in the town, I thought.
Oh, well,
Clown.
wedding's Newport, asshat. So what's up now, AJ?
I didn't know the location. Now, sorry, sick burn. Connor, you got me.
Well, and also we were very, 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 very much so not giving away the look. We've said the Revolution region, New England.
Look, they're
and now, no.
Even I knew that. Even I knew not to give it away.
Yeah, bingo. The town is the size of this office.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Who's ass now?
The state,
Happened a couple
Apologize
weeks
to
ago.
Ty's wife.
There was a couple weeks ago. There was another thing that we were just waiting, waiting. And for some reason, there's something here, and then it comes out from underneath that beautiful hair right now, and then it comes out from underneath that mustache and just goes out, and everybody's like, no, we ain't doing that. And you're like, yep, fuck it, well, I can't help it.
I can't remember the one a couple weeks ago.
I do.
Oh, we all know it, dude.
Yeah.
We know.
No, I swear.
This is the AJ.
I can't. No, I actually don't remember.
It's going to be a great weekend. Hey, congrats to Ty and Caitlin,
Congrats.
by the way.
Congrats, guys.
That's awesome. We can't wait for that. And let's wrap up this beautiful #PMS 100K giveaway week, day 4, with some phone calls from the people as we take off. And by the way, keep your eyes peeled, because we have, after today's giveaway, given away $100,000, right?
Wow.
And this was 100K giveaway week over here.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, if we don't do something tomorrow, it's not really a week. It's just 4 days.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So look alive tomorrow, okay? I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube, on Twitter, whatever the case. I think we'll give away our biggest giveaway tomorrow.
Whoa!
Yeah, just so everybody's feeling good. Like everybody's feeling good going into Ty and Caitlin's, and I got SmackDown tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So going into that, feel good. Going to the wedding, feel good. Going to vacation, feel good. I think we got to do it tomorrow. And by the way, next week, maybe a couple little drop-ins that we've pre-recorded. Yeah, maybe a couple little drop-ins.
Surprises.
And then when we're back on the other side, we're gonna be off and running.
All systems go.
Hell yeah. We're off and running.
What?
And football's coming.
What?
It's coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you carrying that
it is.
TB12 container around?
Huh?
Why are you carrying it around like you're drinking something?
He's thirsty.
What are you
dude.
talking about, dude? I don't know if you fucking even know about it.
Oh. Thought there was nothing in there.
Oh, like a magician.
What's that, Hawk?
Obviously, you heard me earlier in the show, and Billy probably came and scrambled up there and poured some water in.
No, what are you talking about?
Come on.
It's been the same way the whole damn time. We had a guest on. I heard you say it. Earlier. I was trying to be hospitable to old Scoots because we already tried to fucking mute him earlier. We tried to silence that guy earlier.
Come on, Jay.
And that's not what I wanted to do. Jay? What's that? Jay's already on vacation. Jay's been on vacation, what, for 2 weeks?
Yeah, at least.
Come on, Jay.
Wake up
What was it?
back
Last
there.
week we came on the air Monday. There was no sound.
Asleep at the wheel.
That was it. There was zero sound.
Nothing.
And Jay's like, vacation, huh? Jeez Louise.
That water bottle is so big.
What are you talking about? This is the proper
Where
amount
are you
of water.
supposed to bring
per
that?
day.
Where are you supposed to bring that?
What do you mean?
The beach?
No,
Bring that on a
Every
plane?
day of your life.
This brings you, pal. Okay,
yeah.
you don't bring this anywhere. This
It's like the
brings
new
you.
jug. It's like when you carry the milk jug of water. That's the new one. That's like the new and improved.
And by the way, we don't do that. We know internet fitness community people like you do, the people that, come hopping into Magic Johnson's curls and talk about how his form is or
He had
what
those
you...
old like Lee Haney gloves on that wrap your wrist, it looks like.
Well,
Great
he's
form.
got so many handshakes to make when you become a goddamn billionaire. I'm surprised, though, the internet fitness community, which never misses an opportunity to kind of dive in and judge people's form and their work strain and everything like that, seems like everybody was nice to Magic. That's good news, because I want to let you know, Magic, don't listen to what the barbarian on the far side over here or the rest of that internet fitness community say to you. You pump how you want to pump. You wear the gloves that you want to wear. You do what you got to do on your yacht. Don't you worry about AJ Hawk in that IFC. You know what I mean? Because they come flying in out of nowhere unannounced all the time.
They don't know. he didn't lie like you did. He said, I'm working out on my yacht. He didn't say, I'm doing, like if he would have said, hey, doing some sweet hammer curls on this yacht, then he would have been misleading the people.
I just want to let you know that the curls that I did, I have to do this with 2 hands. To stay healthy, I have to use 2 arms because my arms have been locked up for the last 2 days. I tried to today's contest, just know I did not put up a good performance. Could not move my arms. The video will come out. It was not good, AJ. It was tough, and I don't want to give away too many tips for our current giveaway that's happening, but nobody really shot that good.
No, we were set up for failure.
Yeah, well, I set us up for failure by saying, hey, listen, everybody, go shoot. We haven't done anything. We just got here. Let's go shoot. Okay, no warm-ups, no nothing. It was tough, but I don't know if we have a winner yet. Do we, Zito?
Yeah, we do, but did you want to have the video go out? Or
We'll run the video after Sirius, and then we'll crown the...
We didn't do the putt thing.
Video's not ready yet.
Oh, we'll put that out tomorrow then.
All right, I do have the graphic made for you, though.
Okay, cool.
What about the putting contest?
We released the video, I think last hour was 5 minutes. It took me 97 fails, 98 it took me. It was a 48-minute affair. You hear me? That thing was supposed to be 10 putts max, 2 putts maybe even hit it on the first one. I stepped up there with some confidence. There was 3 different times I was going to quit and say, we got to figure out a new giveaway. But I stuck with it. I knew it was a hard putt. I knew it was potentially going to beat me. I hit the lip of that thing and the actual hole 3 times throughout that thing, but it didn't stay in the hole because it was a little bit of a situation like Happy Gilmore at the putt-putt thing. But 98 goes. I finally got it in there. My guy Connor shagging, Zito recording. The entire office started supporting. Once I got past like 20, I think, it really started to become a scene. It was a long time. Tim McAfee was reading the green with his boots all over the place. In your line. There was rocks. I mean, it was a scene in there. It was a long time. But 98 is the number live counted and recounted in the video, which is pretty impressive by Connor.
I think I said, did I say 111 maybe?
200 you said, I think.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah, that was close. I think my 11.3 is looking better and better as we go.
Well, I mean, 11.3 would have been a dream for you or for us. See? See? Still playing it. I don't know if a winner has been selected yet or found. We were trending. Shout out to everybody that enters. And look alive tomorrow. We're probably having our biggest giveaway. If you do not win the John Deere Z-Turn lawnmower today or the $25,000, there will be another chance to win Mignana. AJ, you want to get some phone calls, pal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here's Blind William. Blind William, what's going on?
Hey, Pat and the boys, how you guys living today?
Hey, not too shabby. Do you have bad eyes or are you actually blind?
Fully blind since about 2.5 years ago.
How'd that happen? Just came out of nowhere?
No, it's a long story, but basically like this genetic disease I was born with.
Did you know that it was potentially going to happen to you your entire life?
Not my entire life. About 10 years ago was my first surgery.
Okay, so
there's a movie like this.
Did that change any of the way you viewed things or did things while knowing you were potentially going to be losing your eyesight forever?
Not really. You know, I'm only 24. I was a young kid, about 13, 14 years old when all this happened, so I was, just not really worried about it, and then, I was working too much and hit me in the head one day.
Okay, so like whenever you go somewhere that you've never been before, do your friends try to explain to a place that you have been so you can get a little bit of a concept of what it looks like?
A little bit. It's a learning curve for sure. Like I said, I've only been blind for about 2.5 years. It's a learning curve going through new areas, but I run into a lot of shit, but it's good.
Do you have a stick? Do you use a stick?
Yes, sir.
What about dog?
No, I do not have a dog yet. I got to go through more training, especially with this whole COVID shit. Put everything on halt. So,
well, if you get a CNI dog, also see if you can get one that sniffs COVID too. I think that's a good. I think that would be a good weapon to have next to you there. What has been the hardest thing?
Ooh, probably just I was very independent and working a lot. So working 3 jobs and then the next day not being able to work. The first, 2 weeks was cool, but after that, kind of get bored and lazy and shit like that. So just kind of not having that independence.
How long did it take for you to learn Braille?
I am still learning right now. Like I said, about a year and a few months ago, COVID shut down the commission that I go through to learn everything. So I'm in the midst of learning it right now, not fully there yet.
Man, that's insane time to lose your eyesight in the middle of a time where you can't learn what life is going to be like. Congrats on getting to the other side of this thing, Blind William. Here we go. Now we're going to now it's going to be a whole new world, I think, and can't wait to see.
Hey, hopefully, is he wondering, maybe Elon Musk or Bill Gates, they might be coming up with something to regain your eyesight. Is there anything out there?
That's what I said to you.
They're looking at some liquid retina, or not liquid retina, artificial retina, but the doctors are like, it'll be about 7 to 10 years if they even get it done. So
you're only 24, 7 to 10 years. That's good news, right?
Yes, sir. Young enough to still be in my 30s if it comes out.
All right, let's go. Well, we're pulling for you, William. What do you want to talk about, brother?
Yeah, so the whole kind of base of the conversation, I'm blind, so I can't really use Twitter or nothing. I was just trying to submit for the contest, but I don't know if you guys are already giving it away already.
I'll tell you what, William. Do your friends call you Bill, William, Willie?
I go by William, except for my family calls me Billy.
Okay, so Billy in Nebraska here. I don't know how. Okay, now this is this is going to be something we have to figure out because I don't know how many blind Willies there are in the world that listen to us or whatever. Yeah. How do we, I don't know, what would be a good, do you have any advice on how we could potentially fix that problem?
It's really, I guess some people use Instagram. They got this blind tech for phones that you can kind of use social media, but Twitter is too complex to do. So I guess maybe Instagram, but I don't know how that would work if just Instagram inbox getting filled up.
Blind Billy, we were talking about how much we hate Instagram earlier, but if this is going to be the only way we can get you involved in something, if there's anybody else like you, who knows? I guess we're going to have to go over there, dive over there for old Blind Bill.
We'll find him.
All right.
The only thing I could think about was just verbal, but that's why I gave you guys a call.
I got a quick question, Pat.
Yep.
Bill, you ever wonder what Dr. Anthony Fauci looks like?
No, not really. That's not on my top priority.
You lost your sight before COVID, so I figured you keep hearing this guy's voice, giving people advice.
Was this motherfucker alive? Where did this guy come from? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
But 7.2%, that's my guess, Pat.
Okay, I appreciate it. Hey, Bill, I want to let you know. You're wrong. Do you want to guess again?
Jesus, Bill, we're not blind. We can shoot.
Bill, do you have another guess? Because people do tweet numerous answers.
Probably 11 point. AJ, what'd you say? 11.2?
I was 11.3. You can go 2 or 4, whichever one you want.
I'm going to go 11.2.
Yeah, you're fucking wrong, Bill.
Come on, right? Bill.
See ya.
Come on, Bill.
See ya.
Because I'm right.
No, you're wrong, too. I think you said 11.4, too. You told him a lie. You lied to the blind guy. That's unbelievable.
That's incredibly rude of you to say see ya as well.
Terrible guy.
I will.
Will you?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, true.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to say?
Just saying.
Don't try to.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you're little negative.
I'm just saying.
What's he doing? I will see Bill. Listen, they don't become invisible, okay? Because they can't see anymore.
That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet.
That'd be cool.
Oh, what?
What was he supposed to say back?
What?
I'll see ya. See you when I see you.
Feel you? Dap you up later. Hear you later.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Downhill
John
after
definitely
AJ. I've seen a movie like this.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to learn this.
There's
guy's
a very
story.
good movie like that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
It was Phenomenon.
Someone knew they were going to lose their sight, and it was showing the process of that.
Okay, that would be tough, by the way. He's handling it a lot better than I think I would. I don't know. And when I asked him if he would, because I'd want to see everything, one time, and I would okay, let me lock that in. And I guess that's tough, man. 13, 14, he kind of knew it was going to happen. That's a different world. Hey, we appreciate you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
And by the way, when we do the moment of silence, it's so that, Bill can know that we are also paying tribute. You know what I mean? The absence of sound is similar to hands crossed over, head bowed.
Yes.
I think in that particular world. So very nice of us already.
I do hope he pivots to Blind Billy instead of Blind William, just because it kind of rolls off the tongue a little more.
Well, and I don't think anybody's calling him Blind Bill, right? I assume he's just William, but he was put on here because Mitt wanted me to know this guy's blind.
Yeah, did Mitt put him on there?
Yeah, Mitt put him. Yeah.
What a dirtbag that guy is.
Can Mitt say, like, how did the call? How did did Mitt ask him if he was blind?
Mitt, and did he bring it up and say, "Hey, I'm a blind listener, and I want to know how I can enter into these contests"? So Mitt's like, "Perfect, got you." Type in a name. Oh, here's Blind Willie.
Does Mitt ask every single caller if they're blind?
Hey, Mitt, how do we get to that? Did he told you? Did he tell you to write and say his name was Blind William? Is that what he said?
Guys on the
Oh my God!
I turned around and saw him, and I couldn't keep a straight face.
He is.
Get a camera on this guy.
Really?
You're on holiday already, Mitt?
Sunglasses.
God damn, dude.
I was outside working on the podcast because Ty's gone.
Thank you.
And yeah, Bill was he let it off as I'm blind. So
you just gave him the nickname Blind William?
yeah.
Not William in parentheses is blind. He said, no, this is Blind Willie here coming in. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate it.
Nice job, Mitt.
Hey, Mick, great work, by the way, in replacement of Ty. You're fantastic. You work very hard, but God damn it, come down to planet Earth every once in a while. Jesus
What if I
Christ.
to edit the podcast? His lips got stuck to the bong.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Talk to a blind
Go back
guy
outside.
before.
He looks like that goddamn guy from Christmas Story who stuck his tongue on the goddamn frozen pole.
Yeah.
Finch or whatever the hell his name is. The guy who was a porn star.
No.
I know who you're talking about.
Whatever his name was.
Sammy.
You get his name. That's what Mitt looks like on that goddamn bong out there when he's got to do something. It's like stuck to his mouth.
Sorry, I can't right now.
I'm trying to breathe air.
I can't. I forgot how to breathe.
Is this oxygen?
Flick.
THC2O. What's that?
Flick got his tongue stuck.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's what Mitt looks like on that bong outside.
I was
when he's
trying to think of the other kid's name.
And the other side is all of us going, Mitt, come back down to fucking Earth.
Please, Mitt.
Jeez, put the CBD down for a minute.
Guys.
Oh, it's all right, man. I'll do better work this way.
Wait, you're blind? How can you hear me on the phone? This is crazy.
This show sucks. Let's go to Sean in Michigan. What's going on, Sean?
Hey, Pat, how you guys doing?
Not too shabby. How are you, dude?
Good. Hey, I want to piggyback on Foxy. On behalf of the state of Michigan, as much as we're excited for MCDC, we want Matt Stafford to win the ring just like Verlander did.
Let's go, Sean.
Why they'll never win a Super Bowl.
That's
right here.
Hey,
Move the team.
I like it, dude. I like the thought that, we're happy for Matthew Stafford. We're a fan base that appreciates what people do for our city, no matter how much real, overall, genuine success that was brought in. Not your fault. We still like you. We appreciate you. It's nice to know because your owners, I'm surprised if it was the old owners, they would have made Matthew Stafford pay them $10 million, probably his salary next year if he wanted to go somewhere. So maybe this is a turning of the curse too. You know what I mean, Sean?
Oh, absolutely. I think Sheila Ford's got a good thing going.
Sheila Ford.
Yeah. All right. What do you want to talk about, boss?
Oh, that was it. We want Matt Stafford to get his ring.
What part of Michigan you in? Anywhere cool?
Sturgis, a little town just kind of outside of Indiana.
Big motorcycle.
You guys selling a lot of dope there to everybody driving up from Indiana?
Same Sturgis.
We don't talk about that state or the other one south of us.
Oh, you don't talk about Indiana or Ohio, huh?
No.
You just said you're just north of Indiana.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's a Michigan thing.
Oh, do you guys sell dope to everybody that drives up there from Indiana, though? That was my question.
I would imagine we probably
It's illegal.
do. I don't get involved in that part.
I don't do it. I'm just saying.
You can't cross state lines. You can't come back
Thank
across
you,
state
Sean.
lines.
Well, that was the original law. That's how the prohibition began, is you couldn't cross state lines with this incredible plant. And now we would never do that, but I'm just saying I do know of people that potentially do. Because every way you go at this point, by the way, there is, you can do that. Growing up in Pittsburgh, we used to have to drive over to Ohio to get them fireworks. That's why Zambelli fireworks were always so big, because we couldn't get a hold of them.
Haul
And
them
then
back,
you go to
smuggle them.
Ohio, you smuggle those things back with some false bottoms, and then you maybe blow up your fucking hand at 4th of July.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think if anybody could spearhead the effort to get weed legal in Indiana, it could be you.
Well, during the gubernatorial debates, I realized we are about 10 to 20 years away from that happening.
Yeah, you need Jesus Christ himself to legalize marijuana.
Yeah. What if Christ came down and said, there's an entire section of the book you guys missed. It was about the dope that I smoked. I grew it myself. We had this Christ sativa that everybody smoked. It was awesome. Levitate. You saw people, they were smoking our herb and splitting the sea. I mean, why'd you guys take that out? You know what I mean? I wonder if that might be what it has to happen for Indiana to kind of get on board.
Thank you, Jesus.
Just don't
Thank
let
you,
him
Jesus.
see Mitt.
Yeah, we can't. And also got to keep
He
Mitt
can't
away
do the
from
face, yeah.
a lot of cameras, for instance, which AJ has been calling for every time he comes around. Let's put his face on the camera of what cannabis does.
Well, and you're opening TikTok, and the only thing you're seeing is that guy's face.
And I have stopped, by the way.
Yeah, and you stopped.
So
Deleted TikTok off your phone.
let's go to Kevin in Chicago. Kevin, what's going on, dude?
Shit, Pat, I'm not talking about the fucking Bears, like, trying to move to Arlington and shit, bro.
What's that all about?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, fucking Soderfield ain't that shitty. Like, why are you trying to move away from downtown when you're trying to go all the way 30 minutes out? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Kevin. Hey, man, Kevin.
Yes,
Mayor Lightfoot said similar things. Chicago mayor said something similar there to, I think that's kind of a, is it split or no? Is it, because Ian Rappaport came on, and it seemed like the NFL potentially would like the Chicago Bears to own the stadium and the area. By the way, they might build up like Jerry has for the next combine coming forward out in Arlington. How is the fan base, you think, Zito? Is it split or mostly everybody wants them to stay?
I had my ear to the streets the other day, and it seemed like it was a lot of people really liked the casino being like 20 minutes away. I think that's what the location would be for that.
No, that casino would be.
Well, they'll make a new one then, whatever it is, but the closest one is 20 minutes. The one they just partnered with, the Bears just partnered with at least.
Here's a thought I had. No chance they would make it a dome, would they?
Maybe. Show's over, though.
What?
Week's over.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
We got a break. Long one. AJ, anything to say to Chris Mad Dog Russo and Mad Dog Unleashed listeners?
No, I mean, congrats to Ty. Hopefully you guys have a good time as well.
Hey, thank you all so much for listening. Sirius XM Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio. We're off for a while. I assume whoever replaces us for next week will be better. I can't wait to chat in your ears once again alongside the boys and AJ and all of our incredible guests on July 6th. We will see Yeah, we'll see you then. All right. It's over. I think it's July 6th. The 4th is Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Sirius takes a national holiday 5th, Sirius holiday. So we're back on the 6th on Sirius. Got it. So I had to
There we go.
do all that. That really
I didn't
crept
think
up
about
on
that.
us.
Somebody has to sit in. Like, who is gonna? You don't know who's gonna do 12 to 3?
No, they call it the Pat McAfee Show still, which is weird to me.
Yeah. Is that's everybody? That's always the thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Like, people guest host. Yeah.
Oh, so AJ can just do it.
So you would be now, like, if you were to do it, it would be this is the Pat McAfee Show, and I'm AJ Hawk.
Hosted
It's like
by.
that's exactly what I did when I came to studio to host your show.
Yeah, but at least you're still with good part of show here. Like the last time they did this for, I think we were off a day or two or something like that. They had somebody, and they tweeted out like, today's hosts of the Pat McAfee Show are blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I was like,
Yeah, and they can just say, "Hey,
I don't know how I
I'm here.
feel."
I'm sitting in for this is the Pat McAfee Show. I'm Bill sitting in for Pat."
Linda Cohn does it a lot, and that's exactly what she says every time.
for my show.
She did it when she filled in.
Okay, if it's Linda Cohn, I'm.
I don't know if she
all
is
in.
this time, but
Yeah, shout out Linda. Well, I'm saying, what if they put somebody in there that I hate? Have we thought about that? They could potentially.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing it, I'm sure already knows they're doing it.
At this point, right now,
A full week of taking your I mean, that's a spot that a lot of people would want to sit in for a week.
Can we just like create
why
a
would people want to
playlist?
do that? What's
Because
that?
it's a big show, so they can host a big show. What do you mean?
But is it a big show if the whole show's not there? And are we a big show? I mean, there's a couple follow up questions. You know what I mean? Instead of
Because some people out of habit will tune in to the channel and say, "Oh, I want to see who's doing this for Pat." Some
Nobody's
people may not
tuning
know
in
you're gone, and then they tune in, and the host is hoping that those people will stay on and be fans of them.
I'm not sure if anybody serious is tuning in to us, but the thought of the Shine listeners, I guess, before us sticking around, listening to our show. But if they see, so is it the way it's programmed? Why can't it just be the Linda Cohn show?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could, but you have a contract with them, and it's called the Pat McAfee Show from 12 to 3. So they're not going to just most hosts. I think any other host would be like, absolutely don't call this. This show's not your name. Whoever sits in for the week.
Well, I don't want them to feel like. I don't know. That'd be weird if I was, I think, going on and saying. I don't want them to think that I'm forcing them to say, "Hey, you say you're." Yeah. Hey.
I'm sure Mad Dog happens with Mad Dog. You know who
shows
What's his channel?
I don't think they'll feel weird. I think it's standard procedure.
Really?
I don't know if it should be the standard, but I think that's what it is. I'm with you. Like, I think they should personalize a little bit.
Just make it their show.
Yeah.
By the way, our contract is a licensing deal, so that even more leads to the questions on should I be upset about this or not? You know?
Well, yeah. What if someone sits in and they say something that
On the Pat
you
McAfee
disagree with completely, and it gets them in trouble?
Yeah, via.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why you don't want them saying this is the Pat McAfee Show.
Well, that and amongst other things, yeah. I mean, there's numerous things.
I guess don't say it's a Pat McAfee Show. Just say, hey, I don't know. This time.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing.
The last time this happened, a tweet went out and it was like, hosting the Pat McAfee Show today. These two people who are probably great people. I've never met them, but they're probably great people. And I'm like, so if something happens on that show, is it?
I guess it's weird that you didn't like. If you would have put the person in place that was going to do it, then you'd be okay with the problem.
I think because then at least I know what could potentially pop off, and I could answer for whatever potentially happens. You know what I mean? I guess I just have to have full faith that whoever is assigning those is just like, yeah, it'll be your vibe of show. I guess.
Yeah, but to your point about the licensing, right? If it's licensed from YouTube and there's no YouTube show, then it's
then
not.
what are they licensing?
Yeah.
This is a fascinating little thing.
Sons of bitches!
No, I don't think that's the case. But
Okay.
okay.
That's always the case.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, Connor, I do like the fact you're ready for war, though. But like, I don't know. It's because this is the first time really that this is gonna.
Hey, do you have to tell them things like when you went on a vacation and I drove to India and did the show? Do you have to? I'm sure you have to tell them like, hey, I'm not going to be here.
No.
AJ's going to sit in for me.
No, but I did tell them obviously that I was off. There was one thing we were going to be off for. And then I texted them like the next day. I was like, we're doing a show actually. And they're like, are you sure? Like what? That's like July 5th. You know, it's a serious holiday. We still might be going though. You know, like the show is still going to go on YouTube, you know? So it's like, it's an interesting, I like our relationship with Sirius. I'm thankful to be on Sirius. We got a lot of listeners on there. That's how Gumpy found us or whatever, you know, way back. But this is an interesting thing because this is a week worth of people I probably have never met speaking on my show about, and this is a dry time. What if something pops off on there and it's good? What if it's good? Then am I getting credit for that? If it's good, we're just thinking about just bad stuff.
If it's good, you have to.
If it's written up, it'll say that, hey, when Linda Cohn hosting the Pat McAfee Show was speaking with someone said this.
But if it's bad, it'll say said on the Pat McAfee Show. Boom.
With the. What the?
It's an interesting. Hey, this is something that I assume maybe you learn in business class. I don't know how you would, but I don't know. I don't know how to deal. I don't know how to handle it.
Can't they just name it like Channel A2 Mad Dog Sports Radio 12 to 3 with Linda Cohn or insert name here at the end?
Yeah, call it.
But then they're going to ask, is Pat Show done forever?
Yeah, because then they have to answer questions on us potentially leaving.
Just throughout the show, though. Throughout the show, the host, I'm sure Linda would be like, hey, Pat's off for the week. He'll be back July 6th.
If it's Linda, by the way, all in. Hey, Linda Cohn, OG.
Have at it.
Do whatever you got to do, you know.
It should be Morency.
Oh,
Gabe. Yes.
See? Yeah. Put Gabe on.
Here we go.
Then you've got a high chance of something bad.
But then at least we know. Yeah. And at least everybody will be able to be like, it's Gabe Morency. You know, like we'll be able to introduce Gabe.
Hey, what about Ariel? Ariel's not doing anything for a while.
I think he's got like 6 different contracts. Let me see.
Yeah. He's starting in like August though. I watched his video.
I did too.
He's not. He's starting in like 8 weeks, isn't he?
Can you mute this? I watched his video too. It seemed like. What is he like? You know, I don't want anybody to be excited.
Is he on? See, he put you on hold. Calling. Buckets. Yeah.
It's an AJ.
No answer.
What'd you say, Connor?
Well, we were hoping you'd fill some dead air. Like, oh, he's currently FaceTiming, obviously muting the number or muting the microphone so there's no Shannon Sharp, Julio Jones situation. We are attempting to ask Ariel Helwani his plans going forward. Something like that, maybe.
That would have been good. That would have been, if we were on Sirius, I would have absolutely done that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you respect the serious listeners more than the YouTube people.
Whoa. No, the YouTube people could watch the interaction.
Why is it because
we don't have only audio people right now? At least I guess if they're listening to the podcast and this is on the pod.
Hey, you've been a serious family member for a long time, though, hosting a lot of their shows, right? You've been a guest host over there for a long, long time. Legit.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of different stuff there. A lot less now that I've joined you, but yeah.
And whenever we appreciate you, by the way, but whenever you've probably done exactly what we were just talking about, huh?
Yeah,
4 people. You've had to say that 4 people, like the name of people's show, and then I'm AJ?
Yep.
Did that change anything, the way you went about doing it? Like, okay, I have to act in a certain manner. I can't do this. I can't do that.
No, I mean, I did the exact same thing with your show when I sat in person when you weren't there.
Yeah, but you were
no,
normal.
it didn't change.
Yeah, the only thing that changed for AJ was that he said, come on back, like 20 more times in the show.
And he spilled shit all over.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All over the place.
Oh, yeah, I know. Believe me, I recognize. I said, come on back maybe 13, 14 times in the first hour.
Hey, it's the best. That wasn't a slight. I didn't
Yeah,
mean
trust me.
I say a lot of the same shit, dude. It's going to happen.
You know what you stopped saying? I wish you would say it more was
nature.
Things, yeah.
And things of that nature.
Yeah, McAfee, Hawk, Sports Talk, and things of that nature. It's one of my favorite shirts.
Yes.
The CFO Phil created that. That's one of my. I still wear it. I don't wear a lot of shirts right now because it's tank top season, and I bought 50 of these off of Amazon.
Hell yeah.
50 of them.
But that order came.
Is that a tall tee? A tall beater?
A tall beater? What?
It's huge.
No,
Looks
it's
long.
a tank
Looks
top.
like it's long.
Well, I've gotten smaller, so they've all gotten bigger. You know what I mean? But
you have like the it's like the Chris D'Elia shirts that are real big at the bottom.
Scallop.
Oh, come on, dude.
He's all the way back, and I'm not getting into a full combo about that. You are a fucking scumbag. You hear me? And listen, this knife right here, you see what I'm holding?
Wow.
Thank you.
Is that gum on the tip?
No, this is something so you don't stab somebody. You know, you should run with scissors, and at the end of a knife, you put a little rubber tip.
What if I chop them? I could still chop your arm.
Well, you're a fucking psychopath. And if you were to do that, this is...
I can still saw through your bones.
Yeah, this is... I mean...
Just saying, that's not much protection.
Meeson believes that better tools make for better cooking experiences, AJ.
Read, my bad.
Yeah, and meals. You know, yeah, it's a read. What, you think I'm just gonna, I'm not, you maybe. Hey, you pick up a knife of this quality in the middle of a conversation, people be like, hey, AJ just picked up a fucking knife.
Hanging around.
What do you think? I'm not a knife picker up unless
hold on,
it's
guys.
the best knife I have ever held with this right hand.
Hell yeah. Who gave you the tiny piece of putty just to cover the tip?
It's not a piece of putty. It is a safety rubber. Have you never legally bought a knife before?
You put a sheath over top of the whole knife.
Yeah. You put a sheath over the whole thing, but whenever you're trying to showcase a Meeson knife,
yes,
you
then
gotta
take
make sure
the gum off of it. You don't need it right now.
Well, I don't want to stab anybody, trip, fall, kill anything that's going on. You. What if I knock you off?
Give that thing a shot. See what happens.
No way.
Oh my!
No!
Exploded into 1,000 pieces. Get his head. Cut off his head. Cut his head off.
That poor guy made that thing.
Oh, that was your idea, Hawk.
You wanted it, pal. You fucking asked for it, all right? Now you're in a fucking pile of pieces, dude.
Hey, man.
God.
Not durable.
Cut his head off and put it on the end of that knife.
No, can't do it. Won't do it. But anyways.
What a bummer.
Get a good laugh.
Should we have a...
Yes. Probably.
Moment of silence, please, for that soft-ass fucking figurine.
It looks way better like that.
Yeah, you asked for it, too, by the way, pal.
Right, hey, I deserve to break up like that. I'm not touching
your own.
He gives a death sentence to his figurine, and then he speaks through the moment of silence.
This guy's deal.
Unbelievable.
Maybe the next generation will be built a lot stronger.
But I want to let you know what took you, Dahn, okay? All right? Is the chef's knife.
Got about 13 inches that could kill you. Make sure you cover the tip, though.
Well, a lot of cookware companies force you to choose between...
I've never seen that before.
You are You are a maniac. Come on. Okay, you are an absolute. You're the person in the documentary that I watch. You know what I mean? You are that person.
Son of Sam.
Yeah, you are. Not just that doc. Any doc that I watch, it feels like you are potentially the character being portrayed in there. And I want to let you know, I don't necessarily love it, but it is fascinating. Not as fascinating as the chef's knife though, here.
Yeah.
From Misen. A lot of cookware companies force you to choose between cheap, flimsy knives that won't last or overpriced knives with unexplained features. AJ, that's what you're talking about. Misen takes a simple approach with its products, high quality and long-lasting knives for a fair price to help you create amazing meals at home.
Let's go.
AJ, I don't know what meals you're making at home.
Possibly other things with that.
All right.
Don't let Billy get his hands on it.
All right. Go to the link in the description here at YouTube or go to Misen.com and use code USA for 20% off your first order. Again, go to the link in the description or use promo code USA for 20% off your first order. As the saying goes, there's a right tool for every job with a unique sloped handle. Okay, it's got a unique slope on this thing. It has. It's for easier for
chopping,
safer and easier for chopping. The Misen chef's knife is the right tool for all the cutting tasks.
Let's go.
Buying a knife, there's our just sliced right through. Yeah, buying a knife from Misen means you can get a quality that you could never afford potentially at a very good price. Misen is 2 to 3 times less expensive than other premium knife brands. Upgrading to a better knife shouldn't be confusing. Misen has eliminated the marketing jargon and overwhelming choices to take the guesswork out of buying. The Misen chef knife is designed to replace an entire set of knives.
Wow.
Hell yeah. You got the long, thin one. You got the rigid one.
Of course.
You got the skinny one.
Yep.
You got the short one. You got the fat one. You got the square one. You got all of them. This one, we got them all, baby. This is an all-terrain knife.
Let's
right
go.
ATK.
ATK. ATK. ATK.
From our friends at Misen. Right now, Misen.com, promo code USA, 20% off your first order of this knife.
Thank you,
chef's
Misen.
knife.
Thank you, Misen.
That is innovative.
Hey, how do you spell Misen?
MISEN.com. Great question there, actually, because I was corrected on how to say it earlier today.
Yeah, I thought it was Meissen, like bison.
But it isn't. You could, but this one right here could cut up a bison burger,
probably
if you needed to, the best way possible. Could probably chop them up too, that bison, if you want to get a little ground bison.
Easy.
This thing could do it all here with the incredible slope and engineering that Misen has.
Thank you, Slope.
Thank you, Slope, dude. Thank you, Misen, spelled Misen, M-I-S-E-N.
Slope.
All right, I think that's the show, dude.
Why are you hydrating again? I guess SmackDown's tomorrow night?
SmackDown, I will be doing SmackDown tomorrow night. I have no idea what's happening. We're almost in SummerSlam season, though, so something could be.
Oh, here we go.
What does that mean? SummerSlam's the big pay-per-view?
So WrestleMania is WrestleMania, then SummerSlam is SummerSlam. It's like but since WrestleMania was only allowed 25% capacity down there in Tampa, and with everything that's gone, it is being marketed as such, and I think from the things I've been hearing is it's going to be WrestleMania. The SummerSlam is going to be like a WrestleMania type thing like this year. So pretty cool. I think the show is going to be massive. I think they already sold shit ton of tickets in Vegas. I think there's 12,000 down there in Houston. I mean, we're about to get popping off here.
Can't wait for you to be back in the Sin City.
Yes. Yeah. So that there is a thing about that. Woo.
What happened?
I have a self-ban on Vegas until I have at least $100 million in a bank account.
Oh, why? Because you can't trust yourself, or what?
It's just everything I shouldn't be around right now on my mission to get $100 million.
Mm-hmm. But you could take whatever you have and double it.
Well, I have done that before there, and then that leads to one thing, which leads to another, which leads to another, which is all awesome, by the way, and a lot of fun, made a lot of great friends.
Like what, you out there doing coke and ecstasy or what?
Oh, I don't do those drugs, but I've walked into places where a lot of that was being used, obviously.
That's what you were implying.
No, that is not the case. That's your Vegas, I guess. We just learned a lot about AJ.
Wow.
Okay, we just learned a lot about you, AJ. But yeah, I don't think Vegas is the place for me just to go ahead and, I'm going to go golf. I won't, okay? I know, I've heard people do that.
6,000 degrees.
Yeah, it's dry heat though, but I've heard people do the shows and the steakhouses and the golfing, and then they fly out. I don't know how you do that. If you don't gamble at least $50,000 to $100,000, why are you even there?
What are you doing?
And if you hit, what are you even doing with your money if you're not doing something awesome? It's just, for me, I need to wait until I, for everybody that's currently, I think, within earshot, I need to just at least wait until I get going, and then we'll do it.
I think you could do one night.
Hey, you live your life, man.
I can't do one night. You can't do it because one night will lead to 10 days worth of, because it's all systems go. From touchdown to takeoff.
Hell yeah.
So with that being said, I think I'm flying in 10 minutes before SummerSlam starts and flying out immediately after it ends. So that's how I'm going to handle that situation.
Is it SummerSlam in the arena or is it in the Raiders?
It's in the Raiders Allegiant Stadium, yeah.
Nice. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be huge, yeah. I think
What if that club's firing up in the end zone?
The win? You're talking about the win?
Wait, what's the date of it? Stay out of there.
Yeah, I am. I'm working.
Oh, you hear that music going.
Is that Calvin fucking Harris? What's up, dude? What's up? We go. Hey, bouncer
Pauly
guy.
D. They should
I gotta
contract
piss.
Pauly D.
Bouncer guy, I got to piss. Can I go to the bathroom? Here's a quick hundo real quick. Yep, get on my shoulders, buddy. All right, so now I'm on the shoulders, walking by. Bouncer grabs me a drum, okay, for those people that go and do the celebration thing. I'm playing the drums on top of a bouncer's shoulders in the middle of a lead up to something to sneak into the bathroom and cut in front of everybody. It's like that type of shit happens. And once you do something like that, the next thing that you're offered to do is going to be awesome. It's just, it turns into a fucking movie, like a legit, and this is not like me saying like, I'm the luckiest dude of all time that everywhere I go normally seems to turn into something ridiculous. And Vegas is a place where all the recipe is there for something I just need not in my life right now with where my liver is.
With that being said,
come on.
If Calvin Harris is over there and he is potentially doing it's going to be tough not to go in. Hey, is that Diplo? Is that
Diplo? Okay.
Is that Pool? Whoa.
Holy shit.
How big's that screen? Whoa. Nope. SummerSlam, in and out. That's what I'm doing. I'll see you in 10 years, hopefully, Vegas. Maybe 5, actually.
I'll do one.
No. You guys can go.
Right,
I'll give you guys money. You guys go. Have a good time. I'll see you on the other side. I'm staying in.
Like the other side of SummerSlam, like when SummerSlam's done, we'll see you. You'll come
Sunday night.
You'll come join, like after SummerSlam.
I think it's actually Saturday night.
All right. We'll see you there.
Everything has a line.
We'll save you a spot.
Yeah,
RBV on deck.
It's cool, guys. We're going to be back with an entire day of Sunday to get reacclimated.
What
to
is the
East.
date? When is the SummerSlam?
August.
Oh, right before football too.
Yeah.
August 21st.
Okay.
August what?
21st.
Oh, jeez. It's late.
Let's go, dude.
What date is that?
Now we
It's a Saturday.
It's great Vegas weather.
Now we
love
go.
Vegas.
Pat, I for one support your Vegas ban and your journey to make 100.
When is it?
Loser.
August 21st.
Jay, it's
Foxy's
August
never
21st.
banned,
Do you
he
hear this,
can.
Jay?
Till you
You hear that, Jay?
Just hear that, yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, son of a bitch.
No.
What's wrong?
Oh.
What happened, Jay?
We can move some things around. Yes! Woo! I've never seen the stars align like this before.
Boys, right
Holy
again,
shit.
my friend.
Jupiter is in this alignment right now.
My mama told me.
What, are you getting married the next week or something?
2 weeks after that, but
So what was that weekend going to be?
bachelor party.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Pat will be set up so nice
The fact
out
that
there.
hold on, here's the best part is that you and we think that we'd be invited to Jay's bachelor party.
3 more spots just opened up, dude.
Vegas is very open, my friend.
We just happened to be in the same area. I didn't know you guys were going to be here.
This is a full nightmare situation. This is honestly a nightmare.
This is how you said it. The universe works. Luckiest guy.
That's destiny, baby.
Half glass, half full, half empty.
You're gonna have a great time.
Oh my god.
Hey, don't worry. If you drop like $250 in the casino, they'll set you up in the suite penthouse for free.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I wouldn't call that for free.
Well,
Thank
Pat
you,
will.
Jay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. I don't know what we're gonna do here, honestly. I have no idea. This
Fly
is
in,
tough.
fly out.
This is tough. I rented a house in Pittsburgh for that weekend already.
I mean,
I'm sure they'll
looked
understand.
into SummerSlam.
SummerSlam fly in, fly out, I meant.
Yeah, and then fly back to wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No, because Friday Night SmackDown's the night before.
Wait, you rented a house in Pittsburgh for his bachelor party?
Yeah, because that's where Jay's, like a lot of his boys are. So we rented a pretty nice house. We're gonna set that thing up, go out, have a little time, kind of do that whole thing.
I'm sure they'll understand the change of plans.
What's your deal, dude? Huh? hey, Frank. This sucks, dude. I gotta get out of here, man.
Should we do the J chant one more time? That was fun.
No. I think
I don't think that's gonna help.
fun. You guys did have your moment. I mean, it was awesome. What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, shit.
All right, we're out of here.
I mean, you could have gotten ahead of this. You know that, right?
Well, if I would have thought ahead and known that the dates were the thing, that's the big problem. I don't look ahead. Hey, that's happening when? Cool. There's no football then? No. Cool. All right, let's do it. Actually, last night, rent a house. Pretty pricey. Put it down. No refund. Okay. Today, just learned. Literally less than 12 hours, probably 16 hours later. You have to be in Vegas. Can't be in Vegas though. Why? Because things like a bachelor party happens in Vegas every time I go to Vegas, and that's a nightmare. This is going to be tough. I'm getting screwed on both ends here. Already renting money in Pittsburgh. Going to have to be in Vegas, but somehow not be in Vegas. I mean, we'll figure it out. All week, I'm going to think about it next week. All week.
But one of those places, you can win back the money that you spent on the house in Pittsburgh.
In one hand.
And it ain't Pittsburgh.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Bright side is, that Sunday after SummerSlam, we're 14 days away from,
You guys
NFL
are doing
football.
that casino wrong, by the way.
What, Pittsburgh?
Whoa. Yeah. Have you gone and got naked and walked into the river and then come out and got dressed and gone back into the casino?
Listen, we have not got baptized by the river before going into Rivers Casino. We get baptized by Pittsburgh every time we walk into that casino and lose and just donate a couple $100 before every weekend.
Got to drink some of the rust.
All right, we'll do that. Fox will go first. Fox, you'll do that, right?
He's not allowed
Give
in
the
that
casino
city.
200,
He's
and they're
banned
going
from
to
that
take
city.
care of me. I already done that. And it's been good.
That's literally what happens in Pittsburgh. You walk in, you show up in the city, you go to the casino, you lose $200. You say, hey, all right, thank you so much. It's like you tip the city, then good karma happens the rest of the weekend. You don't do that.
Every single time.
You don't do that. Southside happens.
Aaron
You know what I mean?
Donald,
That's the
That's the
situation
problems.
that happens. You know what I mean?
So you don't want to win when you go in there?
You do, but I'm just speaking as somebody who's maybe 60 to 70 trips in this fashion, you won't. Okay, that's not what that casino does. It's not for winning. That casino is for good times, kicking off good vibes going into a weekend.
Support the Steelers because the NFL isn't.
Bingo. Why isn't the NFL supporting the Steelers?
Pat.
What happened?
Come on.
They ruled Steelers can't go up to St. Vinny and Latrobe for this year's camp. I thought we were done with this. No bye last year. Oh, you're going to play on Thanksgiving? Nope. You're going to play on Sunday? No, you're going to play on Monday? Nope. Wednesday afternoon is when you're going to play.
Good game.
Every other team can travel to their fucking training camps, but no, Steelers aren't allowed to go to St. Vinny's this year because they don't want the boys to camaraderie together because they know they will fail as individuals.
Yep.
But if they come together
as one team,
the inches they need are everywhere, and it starts in Latrobe.
Not this year.
No, it does not.
Why? Because COVID's up there? Because I just read that players can still opt out of this upcoming season and get paid $350,000 if they're a certain tier, this whole thing. I knew the opt-outs were available last year. Yeah, NFL players, Tom Pelissero, the NFL is saying the NFL players have until 4 p.m. next Friday, July 2nd, to inform their team if they're opting out of the 2021 season per source. Higher risk players for COVID, again, are entitled to a $350,000 stipend. Voluntary opt-outs get nothing. Last year, their stipend was $150,000. So I'm not sure what that means. Higher risk players, who knows what that means? Because what do we know about COVID at this point? But the opt-outs can happen. Guys can get paid. There will be grudges held against them forever if they were to do that. This potentially is going to be their last paycheck in the NFL. We don't like it. That's just probably what's going to happen. And now you're saying training can't go to St. Vincent. Why? Because St. Vincent's they got a
don't.
They got all right. They got the Delta up there. What's going on?
Oh, okay, that's fine. So you had to submit a COVID protocol for your training camp if you were traveling. So theirs did not get approved. The Chiefs got approved, and Dallas got approved to go to California where they normally go, but the Steelers did not get approved.
Huh?
Wow.
Because
did the league shut them down or the city?
No, the league.
Did the league say You should see what we got from Dallas. This is shit. All right, you can't do that.
Or Jerry just maybe paid him like grease the pockets. Whoa.
Wow, that's something Steelers wouldn't do. Not Rooney, right?
No.
Not to dishonor the women and men that work in them steel
Rooney's
mills.
our stand-up family and organization.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? Just go in the facility in the South Side where the steel mills were and get some of that rust belt on you. Get some of that rust
You've
from the
never
river
had
down
a
there.
rolling rock from the plants in Latrobe?
It's not there anymore. They sold it actually to a New Jersey company. Sellouts.
Wow.
Well, they did. They did cash in, yeah.
And I think Anheuser ended up buying it.
Yeah, and the water was different, so the beer changed completely.
Good sell.
But they told us they wouldn't.
They did.
They told us it won't change. Hey, your favorite Rolling Rock will not change. It did. New water, pal. All of a sudden, it's a new beer. Believe it or not, that's going to happen. But I think Nick represents a pretty large portion of Steelers fans, too. Who gives a fuck? But St. Vincent...
There's a lot that go up to camp.
Yes, it is a massive training camp tradition still at this point, much like the bicycles, I think, in Green Bay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But I tell you what, those equipment managers, trainers, everybody should be very excited they are staying home.
Yeah, we don't have to pack up everything 4 times.
Players, too. I would imagine players are happy, too.
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of on board that had boots on the ground on a daily basis with training camps no longer being off-site years ago, whenever people... But there are some... I think there's some good to going off-site, too, by the way. I think you get away, you escape, you come together, camaraderie a little bit, to Diggs's term there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is something that we did in Anderson in my rookie year out in Terre Haute at Rose Holman. I think there is something for that. But once you start seeing other teams have success and win that aren't doing it, it's like, all right, we're going to have to gel a different way. We'll do this at the facility. It makes everybody's life easier. It makes our shit more protected. The players don't have to sign autographs when they wake up to get breakfast in the morning from some potential, I'm not saying everybody, but potential drug addict that is going to sell this immediately and hasn't showered in a week and a half or 2 weeks and get accosted while they're doing it. But the open practices are cool. So I see the pros and cons of both sides. Seems like it was only inevitable teams stop traveling, though.
I mean, there's still teams continue to travel. I know the Cowboys love doing it. They love going to California, just help build the fan base out there and everywhere. So, yeah, I don't know. I love staying at your facility and not having to go away.
Yeah, I think all players would choose that. All right, that's legit. We talked about everything we could talk about. I'm proud of us. Have an incredible next week, everybody. Thank you so much for watching every single day. Thank you so much to all the guests that join us and give us their time and great conversation. I feel like I learned so much about so many people on this show. I'm so thankful for it. I just learned about Blind Bill. All right, he's learning Braille. He's a year and a half into it. Lost his chance to really dive deeper into the learning of the Braille and everything because of COVID. He's bouncing back. This is an incredible community I'm very lucky to be a part of and very thankful to be a part of. We gave away $100,000 in the last 4 days. We've given away a bunch of stuff. Tomorrow, we're going to give away something massive as well. And we hope you'll join us whenever we come back on the other side and the NFL season is right around the corner. AJ, we can't thank you enough for going up in that attic, hiding from your children, saying toxic things on a daily basis, your time, your effort, your personality. We really appreciate the hell out of it. To all the boys, thank you for your tireless effort that you guys do in here every single day. You guys are the best. And when we come back, this show needs to be better than what it was.
Hell yeah. Time to level up.
Show needs to be better, AJ.
I agree, man. We will be thinking throughout the whole break, right, of ways that you can change the show. You're thinking about something else. You got to think about your bachelor party situation, too. Figure those things out.
God damn it. All right. I'll do that. You all keep in touch. I don't know if I'll be on my phone. Probably not, but it's nice to peek in there and see some funny shit. So tweet me at Pat McAfee Show. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram stinks, but I just learned that we have potential necessity to go over there with Blind Bill. We might have to dive into that a little bit more at Pat McAfee Show. All the boys are verified. I follow them. They'll tweet. I'll retweet everybody. Let's continue to build, continue to grow, and we'll see you in about 10 days or so. Have a great 4th of July. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. I'll be on SmackDown tomorrow. The boys will be doing cool shit. And Ty and Caitlin are about to have
Here we go.
the greatest weekend of their life. Big thanks to all of our significant others who put up with us through all this shit. And let's enjoy this off week. You're the best, AJ.
You too. Good to see you guys. Can't wait till we're back.
Me too. I'm going to miss everybody.
Thank you, AJ.
I'm going to miss talking. I'm going to miss yelling. I'm going to miss interrupting. I'm going to miss overreacting. I'm going to miss getting dunked on by Jet passing. What, dude? What happened there? Call me a bitch.
Guy stinks.
I don't know if that was a dunk.
That's Grandpa.
It might have been like a layup.
Yeah, but it was the Trae Young layup. I think I did get
I don't
posterized.
know.
Yeah.
He was
I
reaching
don't think
there.
you can by him.
Well,
all right. We'll change a lot of things by the time we come back next week. Thank you all so much. We appreciate you. Cheers.